Hello guys. Yo, what's up? Finals. Let's go. Okay, Haven, bind. पर्ल देखने मिलेगा कि फ्रैक्चर? वो पर्ल तो बैन हो गया, फ्रैक्चर आई गेस। एशियन तो बैन ही रहेंगे नॉर्मली। ओके, फ्रैक्चर बैन्स। एशियन तो बैन हो रहे। ओह, फाइव में आए। मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, बेस्ट ऑफ फाइव ना भाई, क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं भी पागलों जैसे। क्या लगता है गाइस, कौन होगा? ये किक द स्क्रीमिंग गर्ल। हेलो। Hey, oh shit,
So we
already
have to talk
muted
about
था।
predictions, and
Ooh, do we get Alex's prediction? Is it officially going to go up on the screen?
I think we
Hello?
might have to get his prediction. Alex,
I
please.
choose bleed. Singapore, you know.
Bleed.
The
Ah.
homeboys.
Wait, but is this you talking analytically or emotionally, just as the Singaporean boys? Both.
No, I mean, look, bleed. The roster has been around. I mean, they've been coaching. Darren has been in the team for like 3 years by now. I think I played with them enough times to know that they are a good team, you know? And I think that they got it.
Okay.
All right, you pick Scars. What's the deal?
I mean, I think that without even looking at the map draft, I thought they would be able to pick up the pace first. So that's what I was banking on. Now seeing the map draft, I'm actually feeling a bit more confident about this prediction for Scars.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough call either way. Scars has been doing consistently well, but so has Bleed. I did have to go with Bleed in the end, and yes, there is a partial Singapore bias there. I mean, we gotta support our homeboys, like Alex said. With that, we got something really special coming up. I don't know if you guys have you heard Soren's song yet?
Yeah.
That she made just for this event.
Then on repeat.
On repeat.
And we've been hearing it here in the arena as well. Yeah, so I'm excited for it.
All right, it's called You Already Know by Soren. Let's go over the stage. We're gonna open the show for VCT Ascension Pacific.
Scars 戦はめちゃくちゃきつい試合だったなと思います。
Scars has Ascension and take map 1 on Pearl.
きつかったんですけど、一番きつい試合はまだ終わってないです。
Scars moves on to the grand final.
I think it's a bit harder than we expect.
As the last hope, moving on to the grand finals of BC.
Even we won that game, but it's still the hardest.
重要なのはどれだけそのパッションを試合とか自分の気持ちにこう取り入れれるかだと思います。
We need to like play carefully and treat every game as a last game.
グランドファイナルに向けては重要なことは、何を変えないで何を変えるかっていうのが、めちゃくちゃ重要だと思います。
I think like they just hit their shot, not like anything special.
ブリード戦は1回メイングループステージで当たって、負けてはいるんですけど、そこで自分たちのミスもあったし、体調面っていうのは言い訳でしかないんですけど。
We just be ourselves, stick to what we have planned for this tournament. We just need to hit our shot, keep ourselves calm.
どれぐらいその相手に対して対策ができるかとオーラみたいなのがあると思うので、それで楽しみにいきたいと思います。There can be only one.
There's no chance we can lose it.
I guess Bleed should win this. At least I am rooting for Bleed, because I know people, not in the sense personally, but yeah, I've seen people of Bleed play, but I have not seen the people of स्कार्स को मैंने इस टूर्नामेंट में देखा, उससे पहले कहीं देखा नहीं है मैंने स्कार्स की टीम को. That's why oh bye. Oh bye.
Tell everybody we them girls head to the ceiling. This is our empire, yeah, better start kneeling. Look at us go, we in control, take it or leave it. Unstoppable, can't cut the flow, better believe it. Me and my queens got it unlocked, this is the season. You can
That's what you do.
You already know. You already know. We've been through it all, made us stronger. Had a couple falls, but no longer. You can bring the war. We got soldiers, we keep marching on. You can't hold us. Look at us go, we in control. Take it or leave it. Unstoppable, can't cut the flow. Better believe it. Me and my queens got it unlocked. This is the season. You can't mess with us now. You already know. You already know. You already know. You can tell us nothing, we don't need opinions. Tomorrow ain't promised, so we gon' keep on living. All around the world, we be on a mission. You already know.
प्लेयर्स को बाजू में बैठाया है तो
Absolutely are. Now it was not cleared at all. Jaw only looking to the left. Didn't have a chance to quite clear the right side. Allen's looking for another as Yoshi draws the
हाँ एलन को देखा है मैंने पहले खेलते हुए एलन और किस को बाय डार्क के बंदे को देखा मैंने वही क्या था
Check gets cleared up. All and it's just an absolute massacre. And it's going to be Yoshi with yet another multi-kill. Zephyrin goes down. The efforts to push forward. But the Kovac.
But Juicy यार
Shiro, he's just gonna try to stick the second half.
फिर जूसी कल जूसी उतना नहीं मारा फिर भी ब्लीड जीती जस्ट इमेजिन जूसी अगर पागल हो गए जैसे पेला तो जो ओजी के अगेंस्ट पे जब पेला था जस्ट इमेजिन हिम प्लेइंग लाइक दैट तो सर नया निकला है भाई इनका ट्रॉफी आ गई
The Soren performance was amazing, and these guys coming out with their Euro masks. I mean, I think this should be a thing. Why do they have it at Masters? That would have been cool if you guys did that.
Oh, I quite liked it.
Yeah, and then adding that nice little flavor, right, with the Thailand mask as well to kind of switch up that skin of the mask that Euro usually pulls out. And then you come into this dimension, and now all 10 players are on stage. But we heard it, I mean, even during the kind of pre-interview from the players, it's just this one shot, and they want to take their place to get into VCT Pacific.
That's right. Alex, tell me, what do you guys talk about when you're in this huddle? What happens?
No, I think we talk about paper X. We talk rubbish, man. We usually just try and laugh it off, you know. I mean, we don't even know like what we're gonna say when it's a cheer, right?
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're gonna say. You know, we decide on the spot.
Hey, I mean, whatever works for you guys, right? I mean, every team's got a different vibe. I'm fine with that.
Asparagus bananas!
Yeah, things like that.
That's how they came up with their team name.
Yeah, that's true actually.
All right. I mean, the final tide is now. We have the last two teams. We're going to go into Haven, which was Bleed's pick. What do you guys make of that? What kind of team comps are we expecting here?
I mean, Alex, surely they don't change anything up.
Same old from Bleed. They've been playing this for 2 years. Experts of their own comp. I actually don't know what scars we run. Same thing? Mirror?
Yeah, they ran it only once, but yeah, I believe it was exactly the same. So the Omen for the smokes, which is usually kind of the only big difference that we see, unless you're doing completely different compositions. And we've seen other teams try to switch it up, but it's just the age-old. Everyone knows, right? The Breach Jet combo. You've got the Sovas, you got the Omens, and then you got the Killjoys.
I mean, sometimes we get Harbor Viper, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Harbor Viper is nice to see here.
But I don't think either team, I mean, who knows though? I mean, Scars only played it once. Both of them only played it once throughout this tournament as well. So
yeah.
they did have a chance if they wanted to pocket something, but I get a feeling probably not.
A bit too hard to bring it on the grand stage, you know, the last part.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this has been single limb.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah. Here we go. What kind of plays do you want to see? What is very exciting to someone coming from Paper X with a very distinct style?
I like to see if Jemkin can like move up A-long a little bit more so they can hold the angle. That's what Juicy was doing yesterday, and I think it was like they had all the info where Boom was going. I'm sure they would be very prepared for that this time. You know, the drone's going to come early, you're going to try and tag Juicy, make him go back. Aside from that, I think maybe a little bit more fakes thrown in from Scars would be nice. Because I think Boom went really direct yesterday and they ran into the stack a few times and they had like, was it the 1v4 from Scary or something?
Yeah.
Just ran straight in. Like they just knew, you know, like Blue was so ready for it, they had the whole gang there.
That was a painful round.
It was.
Yeah, it was pretty painful for those who were trying to watch the match continue a bit longer. But I like what you pointed out, Alex. I mean, Bleed's kind of shown their hand. They've always played this very similar style of, okay, let's push up with that operator, let's take that space on a long, and then you already have that information. We talk about this every time when casters get to Cast Haven as well. It's been the same story. Erase one side of the map, and then you have information exactly where your opponents are going to go. Hopefully Scars either win that duel or fake them out just a bit more.
I mean, you kind of have to do that because of the three bomb sites, right?
Yeah.
Because if you just let them do whatever they want, then you just die.
Yeah, I mean, the 2-1-2 default, not exactly always what you want to stick with. So here's to see.
Ooh. Scary. You know, doing any last prayers here. This is a really important moment. Before we go over to the casters, before we go to the game, thank you so much, Alex from PaperX, for joining us, and thank you for keeping my desk intact.
It's been my pleasure.
I really appreciate it. Well, the final tide is now making waves. Is Bleed from Singapore and Scars from Japan. We did start with 10 teams, and it's down to these two, and today we're going to find out who's going to be crowned the first champion of VCT Ascension Pacific in this best of 5. We're going to go to our casters, Achilleos and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. Yes, lovely to see Alex.
Twitch पे ऐड बहुत आते हैं भाई.
Our family has been too long together, but I can still.
We've seen them ever play once before.
एक मिनट अटक है, मैं थोड़ा सेटिंग्स चेंज कर लूँ इसलिए अटक का ऑडियो म्यूट कर रहा हूँ. ये मैं समथिंग बैकएंड की सेटिंग्स देख रहा हूँ. क्यों इतना अटक रहा है आज? हेलो लोग ओह माय गॉड. हाँ दिखता है अटकता हुआ. Why the hell is this so? Yeah, GG. सब लोग GG लिखो इधर. YouTube के अलग नशे है, Twitch के अलग नशे.
See if you can find him though. We would still need to worry about Crystal, but he himself taking some damage. The flash timing is good.
भाई पहला राउंड निकल गया.
Yeah, this is a really nice methodical round here to start from Scars. Taking a peek at B, don't win the trade.
नहीं देखना Twitch.
Trade with Jemkin and sensing a lot of pressure there.
क्या हो गया है? मेरा नेट तो सही है. ये सबका हो गया था बीच में देखना.
wisely backing off, shifting their weight back over to A, taking a little bit of damage, noting that there is a sheriff over there. As well in the side of bleed for Juicy, and they're like, let's head over to C, noting that there is let's make the full rotate where we think we got a better shot maybe coming through here. And Darian had just picked up his turret, was not expecting them making sure that Plaid is clear with that utility. And Darian tried something a little bit different than most players would do, where they shift back to the box. And instead, a dart here to check in, confirm Scars' position. A couple gunshots will alert the forces of bleed that this is looking like an A-hit.
I mean, yeah, it's a fairly certain rotation coming through from the side of bleed as soon as they had any little bit of information. Seeing that recon coming out, getting the ping across on the crazy guy, they said, okay, it's likely going to be an A hit. Now they're going to start drifting away.
And because of the way that Scars was rotating in that first round, you can already see Bleed has to make sure that they're covering their bases, that they're looking for these rotates from the side of Scars. So they have to move
last game, I guess,
over towards the C side.
Bleed OG के against हुआ था, Stars का जो मैंने किया था, उसमें ये बहुत पहले थे, like दोनों टीम ने खेला था.
Now pushing space over into C, and a ping out from Scars, so I think they're
Crystal
reasonably aware of their situation.
Crystal और Jumkin ने बहुत पहला था इनके तरफ से, और यहाँ से तो भाई Juicy जाते हुए उड़ा दिया था भाई.
Neff is still lingering around in sewers.
30 seconds left.
Look, he's going to be creeping his way back up, but do they read this is the question. Either way, Plant going to be coming down. Pretty firm control of the site for now here from the side of Scars. Crazy guy repositioning up into heaven, trying to see if he can get any sight lines. Sends one over towards Crystal, but not quite going to get the connection he's looking for. Neff in the meantime, the trap has been sprung. He finds one, but not for too long, as Torneko will be able to put him down with a sheriff shot to the face. Jemkin manages to go ahead, take down two. Nice little shot there from Crazy Guy. Will make this bit of a rougher round here for the side of Scars. Not quite as clean as they would like. Recon cleared very swiftly, however. And with 58 HP, will be able to still scope in. Gets a quick shot across on the Crystal, but he's running out of time. I think he realizes this isn't longer about trying to get the defuse off. It's about doing damage, and damage he is dealing. Crazy Guy working away at him, but the time is just not quite there. Will go down to the spike, but all the same, 4 members lost here in the anti-eco. That is a still very good round for the side of Bleed as Scars move up 2-0.
It's still beautiful damage done here for Bleed. You'll take that every day of the week with only one Spectre being able to be carried across. Torneko there doing a good job reacting. Somehow Neff able to avoid Allen. And now Scars going to have a very, very challenging bonus coming ahead of them. Bulldog grab for Jemkin. Stinger, a couple sheriffs in the back pocket. Only a Guardian for Crazy Guy, but that gun pretty good in his hands.
We've seen plenty of value being garnered from that Guardian in this tournament. So the fair though, drone out. Juicy gonna get shoved back. The fault line does connect. He's got to dash away. Gets tagged down to 79, but manages to clear the corner. Takes a little bit more damage on the way out.
Smoke करता तो निकल जाता था.
Worked down to 56.
Fight brewing
without damage निकल जाता.
Right outside a garage. Instead, Yoshi's actually pushing in towards B here. Maybe trying to see if he can pull a little bit of attention in that direction for this A hit. And off that alarm bot there. Scary tags him up just a bit.
Jemkin in the meantime going to be tagged, I believe, by the drone. Scary will be able to go ahead.
Let's go, Scary. Kal Scary ने brim to Paul पे जो निकाला है ना भाई.
Flash in, quick turn. Juicy trying to clear the dart, a little bit whiffy on that front, and now he's a full flash to the face. Swing around the back. Jemkin gonna be good for one. The dart goes in. Crystal finishes off Juicy. It's another one with a sheriff shot. Neff now trying to hold down the sight. Can't quite get that pivot, so Allen stands tall. 26 HP remaining. Spike in hand, a 1v1. Vandal v Vandal. Nail the headshot, win the round. Darian not making any noise so far. You can see Allen checking over towards Stewart. He's going to get tucked behind the box. Darian with a quick little glance in that direction, but there's a lot of possibilities for him. And given the plant spot, suspects that he might be playing around the back at the site. Wants to clear out Hell. Not going to see anything. Set up the turret, and that could be worrisome here for Allen, because he's got to clear that first. Stun across, he's just going to rush up around the box, but Darian is ready for it. And a fuse will come in. Bleed will get themselves on the board. Still decent damage down here by Scars at the end of the round. Once again, it's just one player left standing. Cash in shambles.
This is just a beautiful round here from the side of Scars, even though they don't get the win. You know, a great combo here with the recon flash shock dart to get the backside of the box completely cleared out. They're able to take control of the site, get the plant down. Darian, you know, doing a good job here at the end, but you know, with that turret, recognizing the situation after he's able to clear hell, knows that he can set the turret up, it covers the complete other side. He knows it's open. No way in heck he's going to rotate all the way around to B-Link. So absolutely well handled at the end by Darian to make sure that Bleed can get that round on the board. Juicy here under pressure, has to dash out after that recon dart reveals his position. So good methodical play here from Scars. A lot of credit to the way Crystal is piloting this Sova. He's getting a ton of value with his utility right now to really get Scars in decent positions. And they want to see if they can catch anybody, maybe doing a jiggle peek here around the box. Some pings out from Neff, who's going to try to play off some kind of contact. Him and Juicy looking to set up a crossfire through the A main entrance, and Torneko now begins.
He's going to send it as soon as Juicy gives a order, as soon as they hear anything. There's the fault line down. Cloudbird's trying to cover, but Neff, the Phantom Spray will be able to take out Allen. As the flash is now taken out of the hands of Scars in this round. Bleed so desperately want to try to tie it up at 2-2. A little bit of a lurk here from Crystal. Gets himself tucked away. Just not going to be able to be spotted though.
Juicy though,
seems like he is reading this one. Not hearing the full exits. So we'll continue to watch that position, but for how long, we'll have to just wait and see. Because right now, C site is fairly open. Crystal though, spotted Juicy. Gets him in the head with a Vandal shot. Takes him down. Now the rest of the team trying to operate on a 3v5 with Jemkin at 27 HP. Plant coming through. Garage control saw after Yoshi. Thinking about jumping up in towards the window, and he needs to do so. And now he's the last man standing. Spike not going to be planted. That extra little bit of cash not going to be found. Yoshi, can he get some kills to take with him? So far finds one, but that's as good as it's going to get. 2-2, we are all tied up here at round 4.
Some really nice counter protocols here from the side of Bleed. After Juicy gets revealed there, removed from the stack, they're able to set up that fault line from Neff and pick up that kill. The backup from the Cloudburst to make sure that Neff can swing that angle safely, get that free pick, and then Juicy, such good awareness to know that Crystal likes to lurk there. You know, Crystal wants to be there for a couple of reasons. Obviously, to set up the flank. The other, of course, to listen for footsteps. Juicy does a great job with another Cloudburst there to react to it. Give himself a pretty good shot onto Crystal. Stun here into A main, and it's eventually cleared by the sheriffs of the side of Scars. And Bleed now with Juicy in the operator. Bladestorm to back it up potentially. Allen does have a Rolling Thunder. If things get scrappy like we saw in the previous low buy round for Scars, maybe this time around they can turn the lower economy on its head. But a lot of players here for the side of Bleed. Neff going to shift over there. Still going to be able to use that free utility potentially. Oh, crazy.
On the swing out. Sees quite a bit. Shock dart going to be out. Getting a contact though. Successfully avoided. Taking a damage. Shots flying his way. They want to pressure him out of this position. Get that kill, have a weapon that can be recovered. Will get stunned up. Recon up over the top, but no one pushing forward. No one pushing past this smoke. Just wait. They play it out a little bit more patiently. They put some damage down. Torneko nearly eliminated. But Jemkin now grabbing up that orb. He's got the Bladestorm online. He's going to pop it to the opposite side of the map. Lurk into the back. Yoshi manages to go ahead and break things open. Takes out one. Now drops in that lockdown. Just try to keep them zoned away so the rest of the team can swap over towards this C site and get the plant in.
Oh, a beautiful little solo play here from Yoshi. Even picks up the operator on the back of it.
Still though, the spike is still just now being brought forward into the site. Plant coming down. Rolling Thunder across. Spike does get planted. They managed to get that across. Crazy guy, however, finds Torneko. Answering Rolling Thunder, zones them back. Couple weapons recovered. Operator in Yoshi's hands. They have the setup here for C long. Can they manage to make this work? Turret set up. Fault line goes in. Smoke is down. Scary trying to keep this obfuscated. They get a ping off the recon. Looking to try to spam through, and Yoshi eventually gets the shot. Scary on the floor. The blade's out. Jemkin. 2 quick kills. Now leaves Crazy Guy all on his lonesome. No op to recover, just wants to hold on to the Phantom. He's gonna hightail it out of here. And yeah, Scars somehow, some way will be able to pull off this thrifty win to retake the lead once more.
It's all in the back of this beautiful lurk by Yoshi.
Thrifty.
Catches Juicy completely off guard on the other side of the map onto C. Gives himself the lockdown and can use that to buy time for the rest of his team to rotate over, to get the plant down, to get into those nice post plants where they've got the op, they've got the shock darts, they've got the aftershock, everything they need to really cover this. And he went through garage all the way, and it was not covered at all here by Bleed. It's a little bit of a breakdown in the protocols for them. And Chemkin absolutely nasty with those blades, but yeah, Bleed here kind of really was looking a lot of their attention towards the A side, so something got left open. And eventually, Yoshi was able to break his way through those defenses. Juicy just gonna hide behind this particular recon dart. It's blades out for him this round. Judge in the hands of Darion. Still got that Hunter's Fury for Crystal. And we've seen that these teams are not afraid to let those rip when they think they can use it.
Oh, Neff pushing up, gets Yoshi, clears the turret, will get tagged up at the end, but manages to make his exit out to safety. Hunter's Fury now going to be sent just to try to hound him down, looking for that desperate stray shot off the Hunter's Fury, but Crystal not having the connections with Darion, just one away from that lockdown. That could come back to bite them in a future round, if not this one.
Yeah, and a lot of teams willing to invest that Hunter's Fury for those picks, for those executes in this event. Don't need to save them for the lockdowns. They feel comfortable enough with their lineups with the aftershock and shock darts and the nano swarms to clear those out if necessary. So now a bit of a maneuver back towards the long A side. Crazy guy there. Only 2 shock darts left in the bag. Recon dart on cooldown. Push potentially coming up, just a bit of a fake of attention to draw Bleed, keep them planted for a moment as they set up for this B hit.
Now they're rotating out. Aftershock at the ready to interrupt the plant. Fault line as well as the double flashes. Torneko just getting stunned up. Once they get this on the ground, we'll be able to do so. TP's back out. Chemkin now looking to hold the door, pulls away right as he would have been able to see Neff. And here comes the backstab. Crazy guy comes out. The flash timing is good. Jemkin gets more blinded. Torneko flushed out, and suddenly it's all on Allen. He's been spotted. He's been dealt with. Once again.
Just a great reaction here from Bleed. So aware of the situation. They wait just long enough to see if it is an actual hit onto A. And then very quickly, everybody's maneuvering over towards that B side. And then that allows Crazy to go in through sewers up towards spawn and get this window push. Of course, a decent start there, but you can see Crystal caught with Owl Drone in hand and then through a flash able to find another. Just a great reaction here. The timing so crisp for Bleed. Bleed just both teams really showing us some good rounds here, some good reactions, some good thoughts. Some fakes from Scars, some work, some don't. Now Juicy back on that operator, and it's a low econ buy for Scars.
Gets the ping, now the Hunter's Fury gonna be coming through. Allen down to 20 HP, and he's gonna get finished off. Crazy guy finds that kill. Darion now putting that judge to use over at garage as Juicy gets the shot. Jemkin gone, that's the hero rifle on the floor. He's got the dash, he's willing to play around a little bit more with this one, but still playing safe. Knows that rifle could still be used against him. Shot's not going to be ready. Quick one there from Crystal.
Oh,
Puts him at 49.
He's going for the no scope.
Just trying to shock dart him out of that position. Can't make it happen. Now on a 2v5, what do? You would love to deal some damage here. Continue to work down that economy, not let everybody build up the cash reserves. It's going to be sent up over the top. Does get the ping reveal. Neff's going to be in the corner. It's Juicy just continues to jiggle. Neff going to be taken out. Finds 2. Decent damage.
Juicy
bringing this into a 2v3. Torneko down to 20 HP. Would love to get a gun, have something to try to help out in this round. Taps on that spike plant. Scary swings out of the smoke to find Crystal. A Phantom recovered, but Torneko will fall as Bleed will take the lead now 4-3.
Still, for the way this round started, for Scars, Crystal here with some really crafty play, getting underneath that op initially to do a little bit of damage to Juicy. It was a really smart kind of individual micro play. And then he's able to get a recon dart that gets a spot on the right-hand side of this box. and then he's able to kind of anticipate the movements to pick up a double off of that. Able to swing out, get a couple big kills. Still a good recovery from the side of Bleed. Now let's see if Scars back on this buy. Money again in a very precarious position as the pockets get deeper and deeper for the side of Bleed. Jemkin able to sidestep this recon dart, get ahead of it, but Crazy not interested in messing around with Tornaco's smoke there at all. And Neff, you got a double stack with that op on the B. And it's just a spread out formation here for Scars. Yes, the spike is over on the C side, but I don't expect them to really commit to that just yet. To me, this is expecting some kind of aggression, some kind of push, but really with Bleed having the lockdown, you would expect them to be playing a little bit more post-plant.
Seems like Jemkin might be concerned that there was somebody who's pushed up behind that brick stack. Seems like the smoke to try to just be able to drift away. But that smoke in and of itself is kind of drawing a hell of a lot of attention here from Bleed.
They haven't seen Juicy yet, so they're still not exactly sure.
Juicy's getting to the right site right now. They completely leave B wide open. He wants to get onto this hard angle so that he can go for the peak, and he's got a lined up! Jemkin and Yoshi knocked out of the park. Juicy starts things off with a double. How much more can he get? They're just going to be having to back away. Scars left. Now, the alarm bells ringing, scrambling as they just spill out over in towards mid. Ping into the corner. They're wary about it. They're trying to go for the spam now, knowing that that angle not going to be occupied. But what do they do from here? 15 seconds, it seems like, with the drift back, moving over towards attacker side. Okay, they will be able to get this lockdown. They're using this as a bit of a tempo play to just try and dissuade them from going for B or C, knowing that they cannot get to A in time. Scars already having made the commitment to the save. We'll look at that as a bit of a consolation prize, but now they're letting Bleed drift away. 5-3, no members lost. Jemkin and Yoshi losing out their weapons.
But हाँ 9-8-4 से OT पे जाके आई, फिर 9-3 से comeback किया और last game तो पता ही है
सबको. That turret goes up, instantly gets hit. The timing here is so smart from Yoshi, just kind of recognizing the situation, knowing that they could be pushing over to C at that time. There hadn't been much presence shown by Scars on the map at all, other than those smokes at long A. And it's sensing that maybe now they may be thinking about a C hit, setting Juicy up perfectly for that collat. And full 5-man forces are drifting in here. Crazy Guy, though, alone for now. Scary making his way over. Going to invest a recon dart of his own into sewers to check, but all 5 members, little does he know of Scars, are down here into main, and here we go.
Drone to lead the charge. Jemkin gonna get tagged by that one. Now needs to back away. Can't go for the entry like he wanted to. And that gives enough time for Juicy to get himself positioned up in heaven. Smoked off. So it looks like he's gonna reroute. Wants to go cover C just in case this ends up being yet another rotation here from the side of Scars. From everything that we can see, the only rotation that's happened is they've sent 2 players down here into sewers, so they have a little bit of a pincer maneuver.
Turret in the back to check.
Paranoia, fault line, Jemkin in a bad spot, forced out into the open. Neff gets the headshot. Flashes in. Crazy Guy, though. He's got plenty of covering fire. Scary just keeps him protected. Yoshi will get one, and that's all that they will find. 6-3.
Scary or Crazy Guy, bhai.
3 more rounds we've played out here in the half. They're starting to run away with it. Stability.
और ये लोग निकाल के चले जाते हैं.
Just really good stuff here from Bleed. There's been a lot of kind of fakes and lurks around the map, kind of changes of direction for the side of Scars. And this time around, Bleed mostly stands pat, keeping the big utility here. The Paranoia from Scary, the fault line, the blinds from, and the aftershock as well from Neff there. Doing a great job pinning Jemkin in, making sure they can get that kill. And then getting the kills at the front to A main as well. Just really, really good discipline here to not bite on the change of directions. A lot of times earlier, Scars have been going one way and then going a different way, kind of showing attention at A and then either hitting B or C. This time around, like you said, trying to set up that pincer from sewers. A Crazy Guy with a great timing on that owl drone to make sure he pings Jemkin, make sure to keep that initial rush when they're maybe not quite ready for it at bay, and potentially set themselves up for a pick if Jemkin commits to it. And instead, he has to back off, and it's just really, really good discipline here from Bleed. Like, now that they seem to be comfortable now. Yesterday, it was slow starts on the maps. That was the story for Bleed, and they had to climb back. They had to fight back every time. And here today, it's a really strong start, and this is something I was really looking for from Bleed. was a stronger start here today. Some confidence, keeping those comms and those protocols in order, which they are so far.
It's scared ago.
It'll take a little while, but timeout burns. Let's see how they fare going into the next round. Obviously, still going to be very low buy here. Just a Guardian, a Stinger. Playing around with it a little bit more. Seems like a Spectre might make it into the mix. But a fairly low commitment as far as the cash is concerned. Scars, they already got one Thrifty under their belt. Can they find another one here at a very pivotal moment?
Yoshi, again, a couple away from that lockdown. So if he can find another pick or two, might be able to kind of have a repeat of that last eco round where he was able to get that crucial lockdown in.
He's outside of the garage, but they have since put the alarm bot here to scout for him. Neff in the meantime, around the back. Makes no. Aftershock going to be used. Yoshi just swinging out into the garage doors, keeps himself safe as Neff shuts down Torneko, who's trying to come to his aid. Allen from window will be able to find one. Yoshi re-swings out into B main, puts Juicy on the floor. The off loss, but the back step from Darius is perfectly timed, and Crystal is not able to respond and not able to read that Scary is lurking behind.
Oh my god, timing chal rahi hai.
Completely out into the open, just trying to rotate around the side. Phantom in hand, a 1v2. Angles to try to clear now. The Paranoia crashes across. He gets himself tucked in alongside the site. Scary still sending some shots his way, not taking any damage. Recon having to be cleared. He manages to get rid of it, but he's still so far away from the spike. Darting into the back, it lands right at his feet. 30 health remaining. And now the smoke that he has to try to play out of.
30 seconds left.
He swings, he dies. Crazy Guy will finish him off. It's bleed. A close round for some, but the op is recovered. They've got plenty of cash. They move up to 7.5.
lower bracket के लिए है भाई अमेरिका VCT अमेरिका NA का तो है भाई lower bracket वहाँ पे
on the garage side of the map, and this time around they send two players through long C to come through spawn. They're able to smoke off the alarm bot from Scars to make sure that they have no idea that it's coming. They're able to dodge that utility to get through the back lines completely undetected. Beautiful, beautiful work here from the side of Bleed, and Juicy dodges that fault.
Oh, shoulder seen. Warding shot sent. Allen down to 40 HP. Already a good start with three players getting worked lower and lower. On the entryway though, the rolling thunder. Jemkin goes crashing into it. Juicy will find another over at Sewer. Bleed are not backing down. They are not letting them back into this game. The drone to chase forward to try to spot him out will get cleared. It's a ping across and Allen flushed into the open as the util here from Neff has been absolutely
Crazy Guy be like मेरे को ult चाहिए मैं जा kill के लिए आखिरी round पे मुझे ult चाहिए
thinks about going for the TP
Crazy Guy
forward.
ult उठा लिया उसने
Silently waiting around the corner now, swinging up into him. Is not ready. Will end up falling. Torneko going to be sprinting. I thought maybe to see, but no. This goes for this left side plant into the B side.
Just imagine he
Stun across the smoke. Set up. Thinks about TPing up top. Instead pushes into the smoke, but it's already too late. Before the Paranoia comes across.
The
Shorty will do the job. And that will be 8 rounds now confirmed for Bleed.
And again, it's just great reactions here from the initiators of Bleed that allow them to just completely smother these attacks from Scars. This time around, it's Neff. We've seen it from Crazy Guy. This time they work together in tandem once again. The fault line, the rolling thunder, everything coming together for Neff. Gets the spot from Crazy, and Crazy able to find 2 off of his own utility there. And of course, Neff at the end with that shorty, very well prepared for somebody to be trying to hide in those smokes. We do have Hunter's Furies on both sides. Lockdown for Yoshi, so Crazy Guy. You know, again, don't be too shocked here if Crazy Guy just looks for a pick in A main or something off the rip. They do try things like that if they can get the info. Like if Crazy Guy, you know, senses that he has the opportunity, or maybe just on the plant itself. They don't always save these Hunter's Furies for lockdowns like you see so often. So really got to be aware of that. Juicy with the blades, of course, in the back pocket if things get really dicey for him.
Okay, there's the tailwind forward into the site. Darian just respectfully backs away. Plant now confirmed. That'll draw Juicy off the hard angle over at C.
You should run. Here.
Lockdown going to be used. Down to the sewer. Hunter's Fury. Gonna get drawn out. Jemkin looking for the
Bhai.
They crash that.
Okay.
Thunder across, but Juicy! He finds another another! Jemkin and Allen now on the floor. The pop of the ult that he got off that spike plant, that spike defuse, I should say, in the last round. Ends up being
No.
but the drone is not scouting him. Torneko around the side, pushes into the smoke.
He gets only one.
Comes in, Darian turns, gets the kill, and it's just the one. Found for Scars. They get the plant. They try to make the play, but it all comes tumbling down. The covering fire from Bleed is too damn clean. They set themselves up now at a 9-3 scoreline as we get ready to swap sides.
This is just a great rolling thunder, but the updraft up and over from Juicy is absolutely beautiful. That gives them the ability to make sure they can use that Hunter's Fury, the protection there to keep Crazy Guy alive.
They just knew.
They just knew, dude.
They saw the tools, and they knew exactly what Scars was going to go for, and they counteracted it to absolute perfection. Now here's the question. It seems unlikely, but it felt unlikely yesterday as well. We saw 2 3-9 recoveries just yesterday during the semifinals. Can Scars pull it off now?
Sure. I mean, I don't doubt them at all. I think once they kind of get their feet under them, once Jemkin gets comfortable, we've seen him have mostly good performances throughout this event. So as long as he doesn't have kind of a shaky one like he did early on a couple days ago, other than that, he should be fine. I think for sure. I'm not counting Scars out of this at all. But right now, Bleed is so well drilled. I mean, every reaction they have is just beautiful. And this is huge credit to this Bleed coaching staff. I had a chance to talk to them a little bit yesterday, and they just said, we just weren't kind of playing our game, essentially. And I know that sounds very basic to say. A lot of teams will tell you that. But you can see it in the way that they weren't reacting to things as they would like, and kind of all over the place. Maybe comms were a little shaky, but today, completely different story. Completely cleaned up. All the protocols in place with this utility. Again, huge credit to Neff and Crazy Guy, who just made that A site unassailable for the side of Scars. And over the defender side we go. A 2-3 split here. B site, just the Killjoy utility to keep an eye on it.
So we got full send here from Bleed. Everybody stacked up outside of A lobby, but there's 3 people ready to try to fight them over this space. Bolt line. Get a quick little stun and slow up the advance. Jemkin sits back, sees one. Multiple shots flying his way. Gets the chest shot there onto Scary. Continues to peek. He doesn't have a dash, and he's got nothing to bail him out. He ends up falling. Allen now swinging on the corner, but they turn the flash. They shut him down. And even Crystal tagged to 10. No hope here, in desperate need. Some reinforcements, but he will get finished off. Juicy chases him to the bitter end. The plant now coming through. Push in. 1 kill going to be found. Yoshi walks away with Crazy Guy's life. They need to do that 4 more times. Turret set up. Tries to push out. Instantly going to get knocked down at 55. It just feels like Bleed have a chokehold not only on this round, but just the game overall. Push in. Backs turn. Neff guns down 3. See if he's going to be able to get a rolling thunder here in this half, but so far it looks like it's just going to be speeding by. Bleed move up to double digits. The question now becomes Scars going into this next one. A 7-round deficit. Do we see the force up?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it a fair amount in this event so far that these teams are comfortable to try to go for the force ups. So certainly it could come through here again, but gosh, the utility usage, it's crazy. Neff and Scary, once again, the early utility from the side of Crazy.
They're not doing it.
To make sure they can push through. Yeah, it is just
some low buys down to 900 here from Jemkin and Crystal.
Couple frenzies,
Trying to have some bit of firepower as they go for a full 5-man gamble stack on the A site.
But man, Crazy there with that owl drone to make sure they chase down Crystal, to make sure they get that kill, the recon to follow it up. And then Scary there at the end, just holding that paranoia for that push out from Link and just nails it. Makes that post plant so easy for them. When your utility's on point like this for Bleed, it feels easy. And they're making it look like it.
Turret cleared, still sticking together as a group of 5. Spike now working its way through long. In the hands of Neff.
Complete gamble stack here on A, Achilles.
They've just been sticking with it until they hear a spike plant go elsewhere. They're not rotating. Smoke down onto the site. Flash goes out. Dash in from Juicy. Spots one, the swing in. Crystal going to be good for one. Tornado going to be taken down. Now Neff gets into the fight, finds one, but Yoshi will shut him down. Gets right in on top of Crazy Guy as well to find an additional kill. And just like that, the gamble stack, it pays off in spades. A thrifty win. The follow-up after dropping the pistols, Scars, they will keep themselves afloat.
Man, Yoshi is so smart. This guy's utility is something I was really impressed with throughout this tournament, but this time around, it's just his timing, his movement here, able to get through the back lines undetected. Gets one right around the corner, catches Crazy Guy looking to clear some utility. And instead, Yoshi's gonna pick up 3 to keep Scars very much alive in this now. That is a breath of fresh air for sure for our Japanese team.
And second thrifty for them here in the map. Timeout called. Let's see which side it is that wants to pump the brakes, and all likelihood going to be Bleed. You can see a hell of a lot more discussion happening on the Scars side at the moment from the coaches.
Well, I think for Bleed now, you're talking about making sure that you're not walking into traps, making sure you're being a little bit more diligent before you pull the trigger on a round like that, right? Like just double checking, you know, saying let's try to bait some utility, let's try to confirm positions. Oh, it is Scars. Okay.
Okay. They say, well, the plan worked out. This is what we do now for the rest of this map to try to set us up for a victory. It's a long road ahead of them, but if they can pull it off, what a comeback it would be, and in a grand final nonetheless.
Well, and again, we've seen plenty of them already here in the playoffs, so I am, again, never in doubt of any of these teams at this point, these two in particular, to have the ability to just come back and, you know, fight and claw their way back through these events. These two on the back of a couple heroic rounds from Yoshi, setting Scars up for a potential run back where they can keep this attacker side of Bleed in check. Smoke out to cover the turret here. So you can see that, you know, Bleed has to be a little bit cautious that maybe there's a push out of some kind, or recon just to check that corner as well. I mean, yeah, this is pretty interesting here. From the side of Scars, you're going to get a little bit of utility out of this. Nano to clear window.
Yeah, Nano in the window, but another one to slow them up on the advance here in a garage. As Torneko doesn't want to hold close, ends up backing away, wants to make sure that this isn't going to be a split push coming through from C as well. Sending some shots through, just looking to dissuade them. And this is going to be sending pretty much everybody from the side of Bleed over in towards A, where there's still 3 members waiting patiently from Scars. First contact here from Jemkin, not getting too much of anything. Reswings, gets the headshot right as a fadeaway. As he dashes out, the reswing in from Juicy, unable to find it. As Jemkin will just go ahead and scoop up 3, puts the spike on the floor.
One enemy
Allen will find another, it's all on Crazy Guy. He won't be able to find a damn thing. Flawless round here from Scars. They string 2 together in this second half. They're halfway now to catching up to Bleed.
I mean, just phenomenal stuff from Jemkin. This is what we're used to seeing, these fadeaway shots, these hit and runs that he's so brilliant at. He has just unbelievable senses of timing with those dashes and making it so painful there for the side of Bleed. But Bleed tried to bait a little bit of attention to the other side of the map, rotated over to A. Again, no bite from the side of Scars. Now we move over, one away from the Rolling Thunder for Neff. That's the big ult that I'm kind of keen on here for Bleed.
Could very well get them right back into this one, take the momentum away from Scars. A little bit of a cash build up here for them. So it will be okay, but obviously they want to not give up any more ground to Bleed.
Oh, Darion's so wise to this.
He's watching for it. The question is, how far does Torneko push it? So now seems like he is more than fine to just stay put, keep holding that angle, while the rest of the team operates as 3 over here towards A. So if they can dissuade this push into A, find a pick or 2, might send them rotating back right into Torneko's open arms. Jemkin again playing up on top of the boxes, waiting for the swing. Juicy, does he read it? Spots it, but no, will end up falling. Jemkin gets the headshot at the very end. Dash at the ready, fault line being held. Neff pulls back away. I think the orb might still be up, but a quick shot across, aftershock to try to clear out Sewer's side. Not gonna be able to get the connection though. They managed to stay put exactly where they want to be. Scary able to find one, a headshot in. Nep comes up with two. Rolling Thunder now available for the post plant. Nano Swarm going to be chucked in. Yoshi, not sure if he's able to set that one off in time, but Scary either way, now down to 5, 85 remaining health here on Nep. And Toroneko with a backstab will make sure that Rolling Thunder cannot come into play. It's Scary, everything to play for. Finds one, but cannot get the last. Toroneko just too damn healthy, a bit faster with a shot. The defuse will come in, and Bleed are going to be kicked back once more economically.
The tremendous patience here from Toroneko completely bamboozles Bleed. They're never even able to apply that Rolling Thunder. A heroic play from Neff and Scary to get onto this site. Good hold initially from Jemkin, picking up 2 big kills. But the swing out from Sewers, I think maybe kind of turned it off in Neff's brain that there could be yet another player coming from that direction. Thought he had cleared that flank angle well enough. But instead, it was not the case. Toroneko there, just again, phenomenal patience, waiting for Darion to leave, to pick up his utility, to move over into that push.
Shots flying through, Yoshi trying to stop them from getting themselves forward into the C site. Takes quite a bit of damage, but still puts Neff down to about 30. Hunter's Fury out from Crystal, however, finds Neff. The Rolling Thunder again, not going to be able to come into play in this round. Toroneko just hovering still here in the backside. Juicy now on the push, the instant headshot comes in. And so far, it's looking fairly flawless. Scary will be able to bring one back. Toroneko gone, but again, does get tagged up in the process. With 4 members left, the spike stuck right at the edge of the garage. Makes it so difficult to try to recover this one, especially now that Darion's gone. Everything for Scary to do once more. Will be able to pick up the spike. What more can he find?
Has his ult. Yep. There you go. That's the only option here. And Scary, heroics abound so far in this event for him in front of his hometown crowd. And if he can do it here, folks, this place.
Well, the roof is going to get blown off.
Yes.
Spike planted.
They were crazy yesterday.
It's a hell of a lot to try to isolate with very limited utility. The Paranoia also gone. Does hold on to one smoke. But again, checking from behind. Wants to make sure that there's not going to be any flank coming through. Not seeing anything. Does he just stay here? How does he pilot this? 3-man move up into heaven. The drop down, just eating some fall damage. We'll see if that comes into play. Scary still just looks like the call comes in for him to save. Want to have at least that one rifle. It's just too much to try to do. Yoshi will survive the round with 1 HP. Carrying that gun forward, further stacking up some cash as Scars now are 3 rounds away from tying this up once more.
4 in a row. Still no Rolling Thunder able to be used. Crystal here finding that pick to prevent that big ult from coming into play in that round. And now things start to get very, very scary for Bleed. And I don't mean the player. I mean in terms of their mental here. Absolutely going to be a little bit rough to try to come back on this. And let's see what the coaches want to do. It is going to be Bleed's for realsies timeout this go around.
And I'm sure the Scars not going to be minding that too much. A little bit of extra time to go in, discuss, keep spirits high, make sure that they're still going to be able to ride this wave of momentum. But for Bleed, they want to bring that to a staggering halt. Not happy with how close they've been able to make this one after that 9-3 initial half. And I posed the question. We saw the 2 runbacks yesterday. The 9-3 curse striking twice in the semifinals. Is it happening again? Still have to wait and find out, but Bleed coming back through. We'll see what they can get done. That Rolling Thunder still sat there. Neff not being able to utilize it whatsoever so far.
Yeah, and it almost feels like you have to just kind of, you're having even a tough time getting to the sites for the side of Bleed. So that Rolling Thunder may just have to be kind of a fast hit somewhere where you're able to just clear sight, try to get a plant down, try to avoid this lockdown from Yoshi, from Scars. Just try to play deep post plant potentially. They do have enough come through with that buy for Bleed, but after this round, only Crazy Guy sitting on any money to speak of. So a challenging one here as Bleed is continuing to spread the map, take their time. Another push out
Look
from...
at Torneco again.
Yep, exactly. Exactly, Achilleos.
Tucked away against the wall. Do they read this? How patient is he going to be? Pretty damn patient so far. There's 2 juicy targets. Crazy guy and Nep gone. He's going to be looking for more. Nearly gets juicy for that matter. 8 health remaining as Yoshi looking to do the same. Jemkin will get the pick. And it seems like the timeout very much working against them. TP knows exactly where he went. There's only one way out. Scary now just going to be sat in the corner once again, hoping that he can save this weapon so that they can have, you know, maybe 2 hero rifles going into the next round where everybody else is just going to be working with pistols. And you can see they're willing to give him as much space as he wants.
Yeah,
here's the C site. Take it.
You have it. We don't want any of this. You don't want to even give Scary the hope, the opportunity to pull off that 1v4.
What a complete undoing. The game plan here from Bleed. Torneco just steadily walking forward, gets in there, shows the perfect amount of patience. I thought perhaps a TP out after the second kill, but goes for a little bit more. But at the end of the day, the guy's got money. His teammates have money. He can play a little bit more greedily to try to find that kill.
Well, and it's not the first time he's done it, and it hadn't been identified by Bleed until now.
Yeah.
Now they know for sure. It should have been probably talked about in a timeout, but it wasn't, and it's left unchecked, and a bit of a mental mistake. As good as Bleed's mental communication, all that stuff was in the first half of this map, here on the attacker's side, it is a bit of a different affair as Scars is now taken over, and it is their map, it seems like, to potentially lose.
2 more to go. Absolutely gorgeous from him. Jemkin getting very quickly involved, finishing off Juicy, who had, what, 8 HP remaining. So it was nearly that triple kill coming through for Torneco.
So it's hit and fades from Jemkin, man. He's so good at it.
Okay, full loss bonus supply. Actually, not that bad. Juicy as well, getting the blades online.
Get out of my way.
Push in, there's a jiggle peek. Jemkin immediately playing respectfully from Recon Dart landing at his feet. Does get the ping out on the Allen of all people. Way out into the back. Looks like they'll jump up into the window. They're going to cut across and take this back over towards A. Jemkin going to be peeking, sees nothing. The drone should be noted, should be heard, and the call to rotate should be made, especially if that smoke comes in. But right as it's blooming, I believe, Crystal just gets the headshot. That's the entry power. That's the Blade Storm now taken out of the equation. Plant directly down below the window. Nep zoned off of it. Tapping goes somewhere else. Again, interrupted now. The lockdown going to be used. Looks like he is going to stick forward. Try to get this plant across, but might have to give himself up. Get detained in order to make it happen. He's going to try to make his exit. Gets over towards Stewart just in time. Swing out now. Allen finding 2. Darian and Crazy Guy both going to be eliminated. 2 members left. The push out. Torneco stuns, still gets the headshot. Nep is gone, and it's Scary once again, all on his lonesome. And there's nothing more that he can do. Allen will note him. He will send a flash. But Scary will have to just hold on to his weapon for a 3rd round in a row. Scars now up to 9. 1 more to tie it.
Bleed needs another timeout to address these quick rotates, these quick flanks from the side of Scars. They are too costly. Bleed able to identify a good sight, and Crystal, like you said, yep, right before it pops, gets the spot. Juicy, none the wiser. Allen there, working in that flank that have been so devastating time and time again for Scars. So someone needs to help Bleed out here and make sure that those angles are covered.
And those 2 kills from Allen are huge because now he's got the Rolling Thunder as well going into this round.
Yeah.
Again, big push coming through. Dart moves forward, clears out one of the nano swarms. The other one on the right-hand side, however, will work Juicy down to 91. It's going to continue to press up, but looks like they're very cognizant of this one. Spike plant does come across. He's looking for the kill, but the stun is good. Scary spotted up over the top. Yoshi jumps up from beneath him, finds him with a shorty, but Crazy Guy gets 2 of the Hunter's Fury. Allen and Crystal gone, but Yoshi brings it back to parity, now a 2v2. The half hold here, onto the defuse, the full stick, he's looking for it, but will not find it. Crazy Guy goes absolutely berserk with a 3K, and finally breaks the streak. Bleed move up to 11, but there's still more work to be done.
Well, even though Scary goes down there on top of the box, he's able to identify the positions, set up Crazy Guy from that spot. Great information gained, and then it's Crazy Guy with an unbelievable Hunter's Fury lineup. from downtown, able to knock him down, and now we go on. Bleed finally able to find a second win here on their attacker's side. Is it going to be enough, Achilleos? Can they find 2 more to close this out?
Off is in. Jemkin not going to be good for the shot. And now he's a bit stranded. The dash was used to push him over to the left-hand side. And now they certainly know that he hasn't exited yet. It's going to be a very shallow lockdown used, actually. Here over at long, not in the sewer. It does allow them to widely stay inside of the site. Juicy, in the meantime, going to be pushing forward, just bouncing his way up. Gets the spot on the one, but Jemkin rescopes in, finds the shot. Ping reveal in, Nep's still going to be standing strong, gets a headshot. Breaks open the site for them. As Jemkin will fall, scary. Getting that elimination, and now the 4v3 Bleed looking very well set to take this to map point.
Guess he's gotta just fucking die at that point.
Losses. They're now on the precipice. Yoshi trying to get a timing swing here, but it's gonna get caught from behind. Scary takes them out. Push down, Torneko with 11, certainly can't do a damn thing. He's not prepared for Crazy Guy, and now it's all on Crystal, the IGL, to try to somehow find 3. And he's down to 1 health.
Now he can't drop down.
No, he cannot. Even Nep grabbing up the operator so they have a little bit of extra punch. He's got himself swung around the side to ensure that Crystal cannot get out of here with that weapon in his hands. The Crazy Guy will be the one to go ahead and finish him off in a nice little Sova v Sova one. But now Bleed move up 12-9. 1 more to go to take their map pick of Haven. Scars, can they push back and take it to overtime? And see what they can do.
The pressure here is really good from Bleed in the beginning onto Jemkin. They take kind of a funky angle to keep that op off of that baseline crosshair placement. Get up on top of the box, do a little bit of damage to him, and then there's a huge moment on the backside here. Darion puts his alarm bot in the A main door and is watching for this lurk from Torneko. Yes, he loses the duel, but that alerts them to the presence. They're able to get the job done onto the site. Could be a fast B hit here to try to seal the deal on Haven.
They're in over the top. Yoshi, knowing that there's one in behind. Jemkin with the blades, does find Darion. Takes him down first and foremost and sprayed through Yoshi. I believe collapsed him there. Nep and Crazy Guy now gone. 2 members left, the smoke coming through. Torneko just backing away, sends out the paranoia. But it seems like we're not going to be over yet. The push in, Juicy dead, Spike on the ground. And what do you know? It's scary. Always the last man standing, it would seem.
Looking now to see if he can trick Scars a little bit. So far, though, Crystal not fooled. Crystal such a smart player. Just caught the
now
Kate.
They know.
Yeah.
Hard confirmed and scary. The call will come in. Save the gun.
I mean,
he's going to go for a different approach.
This guy knows the value of $1, Achilleos.
That he does. And again, he's still inching forward. 30 seconds, though. 4 players to get through. It seems just so impossible, so improbable.
If he gets these 2 around this corner, though,
might still want to try to go for it. The push out, time on a Crystal. Plays it patiently, he swings back in! But 12 seconds, and they can just scatter to the wind. The fault line will connect. He's got the spike, he's gonna TP across the map! Can he get it in time? It's gonna be so damn close, but I believe he has it! It's scary! He might just be able to bring this back from the brink. I believe he wanted the TP up into heaven, couldn't make it happen. Sends down the smoke. And my God, what a position to be in. Unthinkable!
certainly not, Achilleos. Certainly not. Ooh, counter TP here from Torneko.
Oh, but cancels it. He's gonna check one. Gets the headshot. He gets the ace. Scary. The home. Down hero. Drags it across.
Jesus.
The line is an impossible round. 13-9. He gets it done. And that crowd
That was
goes
insane.
wild.
I am lost for words, Achilleos. What a way to end our first map here in the finals of VCT. Ascension
The guy's a
Pacific
madman.
in front of the hometown crowd here in Bangkok, Thailand. None other lurking on this map. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Unbelievable.
Add it to the history books. Perhaps one of the greatest clutches that we will ever witness. Tier 2, Tier 1 does not matter. That was absolute perfection. The ace to put them down, to deny them getting closer to an overtime. Scary has just sent one hell of a message.
He's just, it's unreal how many times he's able to do this. Time and time again, the guy is a mastermind. You'll never see anything else like it. The way that he's able to maneuver and read his opponents, to buy his time so perfectly. The big brain calculus as well. Unreal, Achilles. Unreal.
Well, if that's what we have to look forward to across potentially 4 more maps, then by God, am I so ready to feast my eyes on the rest of this series. But that is certainly going to be a map that hurts a bit more for Bleed. Yes, or for Scars. Not their map choice, so can at least brush it off in that regard. Say, okay, you know what, we've got Bind coming up next. That's our selection. That's where we're going to get on the board. Tie this up at a 1-1. But the fashion in which they ended up losing that last round, absolutely brutal to recover from. So we'll see if Scars is going to be able to do it during the break, because not that much time. Try to reset the mental.
Absolutely. I mean, just good stuff here from both teams on their defenders' side. Good adjustments at the very end here for Bleed. And of course, the heroic play from Scary gets him over the line.
Yeah, well, there's many, many rounds to choose from, so I'm curious to see what Komodo has for us, but he is going to be standing by with the illustration, so we'll send it over to him.
Thanks, guys. Yes, I'm here to break down a thrifty round that was navigated quite well by Scars in the early half of the first one. Round number 5 to be exact. So we're going to start off over at the A side of the map for Scars, where they're on an eco. They're looking to try and draw presence to the A side on Bleed, and they've quite managed to do that successfully. But where this issue actually arises for Bleed is the fact that old mate Yoshi has gotten through the garage pretty much unseen, and in just a moment in time there's actually going to be a little window check that he sneaks by. So I'm just going to fast forward very slowly, and there's that window. You can see with this split cone here that doesn't actually catches him, he's able to get all the way in towards the C site where they're not known where he is whatsoever. So I'm going to play this one and keep an eye on it. So he's going to go up through just off the screen to get that kill, and bam, with that kill he actually manages to get his ult, the lockdown, in towards the C site. And remember, this is an eco round to come through from Scars, so they're just going to completely book it over towards the C site, and with the lockdown going in, we know that that has to be respected by Bleed. That's going to buy a lot of time for the team to rotate on over to get the plant. But as I go to the next clip, we can see the lockdown as it's about to expire. The plant actually hasn't gone down just yet, and there's 20 seconds to go before that is actually going to happen. So what we're going to see is a dark cover placed over by Bleed, and the plant aims to go over towards default. Now, the plan of attack for Bleed is actually to utilize a Rolling Thunder that they've got here on the exit of the lockdown, as well as a Paranoia to catch any of the members of Scars off guard here. And we actually see that when the plant does go down by Toroneko, he gets caught off guard by this. So we'll just wait for that one to come on up. It's actually going to be in the picture here, and you can just see as I slow that one down there, the plant goes down, he gets blinded, and then he actually gets taken out by Crazy Guy, who manages to get his Recon Bolt online at the same time. So whilst they do wait for that one, the Recon Dart's actually going to go in, and that's going to land at the side wall here, clearing essentially all of the front of sight and majority of the back of side as well, with the kill that we've already gotten before. So that's going to give Bleed the essence to get in towards this site and almost force a full long hold by the side of Scars. So as we do see that, the operator's picked up by Yoshi. We're going to see 2 aftershocks actually exchanged in towards the cubby. And luckily enough, that's probably the best bit of utility that could have actually gone Scars' way, even when you think it might catch them off guard. So as I pause it here, you can see it forces the wide swing out of the cubby and through the dark cover that actually lands on the default spot where that spike is. We're waiting for Yoshi to get something happening with the operator. The shots, the pot shots, they're missing here, but stop. Alan, with this spray that he's actually doing towards the right side of the spike, it leaves Yoshi open to only focus with the operator on the left side of the spike, where he's able to get the kill and essentially shift the rest of the round for Jemkeen to close with the Blade Storm. So this is a cool, thrifty round with a little bit of luck, a little bit of timing that Scars was able to navigate to get a round on the board. That's it for the map number 1 breakdown segment. Time to go to a break.
Welcome back to VCT Ascension Pacific. We just finished map 1 with Bleed making waves and Scary being that mega title wave, closing out with the most insane ace I've seen at all this entire week. It was incredible. What did you guys make of the first map? Clark's face.
I think that sums it up, right? Because we had some other things we wanted to highlight and talk about in terms of like strategy and everything. And then Scary's like, no, you guys have to talk about me. Like, you have to talk about me. You have to look at me because we're in Bangkok. We're playing in front of the Thailand fans. And he just takes the spotlight. I mean, he just took his spot, literally, in that last round.
I mean, yeah, we were backstage kind of watching it happen. Yes, the first 2 kills, kind of spectacular, and then from the shadows, you get the spike planted. We were kind of joking about it too, like, surely this is not going to happen, right? He misses the shrouded step into heaven, and we were like, he's human, but then he's not.
You know, the question, Alex was backstage with us. Thank you for joining us back again. Quack, I hope you enjoyed the team deathmatch. But he called it. He was like, well, Scary's going to clean it up. We're like, well, that's not going to happen. And then bit by bit, in isolating those kills, we thought he accidentally missed that TP, and he just
it didn't matter.
It out. It didn't matter.
I mean, he just knows how to isolate those 1v1s. I mean, look at that KD, right? We're not even counting assists here, and he's still 20 and 8. Just an absolute incredible showing. And here's the thing, is that in the very beginning, Scars looked like they had a decent idea. It looked like they had a good read on how to power through Bleed's defense. They knew how to combat, that A main area. We talked about that with Alex before the map started. And Scars had some good plans, and it worked, but then they started overthinking things. They felt that they needed to adapt even further. They felt that they needed to change it up. And then once those started failing, they were like, whoa, wait, well then where do we go back to now? Because all these counter strats are falling apart one by one.
And you can definitely see some of that, especially in the first half, they just couldn't find a sight. They tried to break through. Second half, you know, better comeback. Jemkin was starting to hit some shots.
Yes.
However, that's where you also started to see that one tiny slip up, just trying to rotate around, trying to get a little bit interesting with how they pushed out front. You saw some interesting moments with Torneko kind of sneaking into positions and catching people with trigger discipline, but then, you know, it's still not quite enough to bring them back into the fray. The 9-3 was just such a big lead for Bleed.
Yeah, it was, and it could partially be, you could see a little bit of shakiness coming from Scars, like actual nervousness. You can even see it in the wavering of their crosshairs coming from Torneko. And I hope they've warmed up now going into bind, but one trend has definitely been going on with Scary being the last man standing every single time.
I mean, even a couple rounds where he was forced to save, right? Because it was like, well, I know you can maybe win these 1v4s, but right now we don't have creds, etc. And that last one, he's like, well, if I get one kill, I have to from the shadows, which is why he goes for it. And I think that's the other thing that perhaps Scars actually kind of forgot about, right? We saw them pushing out on a timer out of Garage in that very last round, and you start to think, okay, they think they have enough time, but of course they didn't account for the from the shadows. Now, this is what we originally wanted to talk about, was the Jet players, right? Jemkin versus Juicy, because Jemkin starts to bring up some of these numbers in the second half, but in the very beginning, he looked heavy. He was the very first death of the game overall, and Juicy, once he got the ops, he was able to lock down that A site.
Yeah, I do feel like this is still a great talking point, because Juicy definitely knew how to pivot around certain positions, especially on the A site. Just watching on a bit of an, well, not necessarily a full-on off angle, but just around the left side of the crate, you know what I mean? Like trying to push up A long, they couldn't break through because he was always watching that. And then you have Neff on the other side supporting Juicy as well with the fault line, maybe a flashpoint or two. Anytime that Scars would try to push out, they will get contacted.
Yeah, so while Scary obviously closes out the map, I think now looking at the stats and looking at the final scoreline compared to the first half, which is 9-3, we can still go back to the whole point we've been trying to make all 2 weeks here, in that if Jemkin gets started faster, then maybe that first half isn't 9-3. Maybe it's 6-6, and maybe that's just enough rounds for them to win the map. But if he starts to slow again on every map, I don't know if that's going to be enough time.
That's the thing, because you're thinking about Jemkin, and yes, he's pretty good on those 1v1s, but this is now playing against a full squad from Bleed. You have to think about how you get him into those positions where he can start chaining more kills together.
And you say it's full squad, but if you actually look at the kill record on Haven, looking at the head-to-head matchups, Jemkin was 1-5 against Scary. He could never get through that last line of defense that Bleed had. I mean, if you can't get through that control, it's going to be rough. And now we're looking at Bind. Okay, both of them bringing out the compositions that they've had. The Chamber comes out for Darian, so it's really this Chamber versus Reyna setup, right? So you still have these, I guess Chamber's kind of a semi-duelist, you could say, semi-entry here for Bleed, but of course Scars on the attack once again. We know how the Reyna Sky Raise works, but the big question is can Jemkin get those early kills against the Chamber?
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely the question and something we're keeping an eye on. Again, hopefully he's warmed up and shaken off some of that nerves here because he needs to get those picks, but Bleed is always together as a posse here. It's hard to get those individual picks.
On a map like Bleed, maybe a little bit, a map like Bind, well, this name's just in my head now. If you can actually find some individual duels because of how the map is laid out, maybe you have a certain Bleed player just watching certain sight lines, you could find that heads-up duel, but it's not gonna be easy. You need a full setup from the whole team of Scars.
Yeah, and of course, in terms of kind of the defense, I think, again, you can work around that side of, okay, Bleed style is to deathball it together. However, it's about that first half. You're given this opportunity to take that attacking initiative, take the flow of the game, of the map. They tried to do so. It didn't last very long on Haven. Hopefully, Scars can drag it on just a bit further here on Bind.
All right, the question is Scars going to wake up and take this Bind map so we can go into a full 5 mapper? We're going to go to Achilleos and Paper Thin going into map 2.
Thank you very much. Cannot wait to get back into the action here. Such an incredible finish to that map. Such an incredible run back as well for the side of Scars for as long as it lasted until it didn't. But now I have to see, do they have the mental resilience to be able to bounce back from that devastating ace clutch handed to them by Scary and pick up a map win on their selection of Bind?
Yeah, absolutely. And I like what the desk was talking about. Absolutely, my eyes are on to Jemkin's Reyna here to have some more impact than the last time that we saw it out. He had some struggles, especially especially in like that showers area, controlling that part of that map with the Reyna where he's left kind of to his own devices. So again, a very different way to play Reyna than maybe you'll see with Paper Rex, for example, but still, you know, Jemkin, if he can heat up, if he can have some of those crazy shots we saw in the second half, then certainly he can start to take this map over. You know, Reyna is so snowbally. Everybody knows it. Everybody that's played it or played against it knows that once you start heating up, once you start to feel it, once you start to get those dismisses flowing, things can get very, very difficult for the other side. And then I also, again, really wanted to key in on this chamber for the side of Darion for Bleed. A phenomenal agent in the right hands, had a little bit of a struggle with it against Orangutan when they lost in overtime on this map, the only other time they played it, but they've had some time to workshop it, some time to practice it. Let's see now if we're going to see an improved performance from Bleed and Darion on this map.
The chamber coming out once more. See how he does fare. As William was kind of putting out on the desk, does lend itself to be a little bit more like that double duelist. So do have that firepower. Looks like for now, every now and then we see some differentiation in the opening selection here for the chambers, but he's going to be opting for the Headhunter, sticking with the classic.
I think that's a wise decision here.
Throws it up. There's one. He can't quite get the second one, but makes a quick exit. But Crystal gone off that race. That is so much firepower eliminated.
Was a wise decision indeed. Gets instant value out of it. Takes a scrape of damage himself as the forces of Bleed fall back now. Start shifting over to the other side of the map. Kind of anticipating that after that early pick, that maybe that would send Scars packing towards the other side, but in fact, Scars grabs their spike and begins maneuvering in. Trademark just around the corner here for Toroneko to deal with, and that will alert Bleed to this presence. Neff tucked in the corner. On the other side, Darion still 2 more bullets in his Headhunter.
Plenty more work to do, but he spots Jemkin, just waiting for that swing to come in. Staying trained in this position. Trailblazer as well, not heading his way. Does help clear it out. Gets the instant headshot across on the Yoshi. Allen will find one.
What a shot.
The push out of the smoke. The help of Scary takes him down. Allen will be the last one to fall. Does get himself 2 kills for his trouble, but it is going to be another pistol going over to Bleed.
Hey, you can see how comfortable Bleed is on the defender side of the map so far today. Just great reads here. The triple push into showers to make sure they can get this early kill secured, get Darion fired up, and then an instant TP out. And the dog never really able to identify, other than the classic shots, the position of Darion. That Headhunter put to good use through the box. Gets the kill onto the sky, and then the crossfires rain for the side of Bleed. Scary gonna opt for that judge, a bulldog for Neff. Darion, just a ghost.
Crystal's still gonna be going in for the Bucky. Wants to try to maybe just double blast pack his way up here towards Lamps, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Up over the top of Juicy. He's like, well, yeah, I'm playing Raze. I know how this goes. Finds him, finds the second. Yoshi now going to be cut down. Allen, as well as Toroneko, both taking damage from that explosion. Jemkin not going to be scouted by this boom bot. Can't really move out of this position either. At least not easily. Toxic screen back up. And yep, Darion's holding the angle, this time with the ghost in hand. It's the one tap. Allen will recover the Bucky, so if anyone pushes into him, it should be all right to find a kill, but likelihood of that is seeming pretty damn slim. Sheriff in hand, Toroneko now gone. Spike out in the open, and Allen, not much else that can be done. Blinded, killed off, a flawless round here in the follow-up. Bleed now move up 2-0.
Well, that certainly is a phenomenal round in a ton of ways for Bleed. Not only is it a flawless.
Round 3 off for Darion.
Exactly what I was just going to get into, my friend. That money saved. And immediately after that round kicked off and he had only had the ghost, I'm like, aha. You are going right for that operator. Let's see if this time they can hang on to it. On Pearl, it got dropped in round 3 when they cut funds to go for it. And the meditating the Pepe Frog there. wants the bleed win. Absolutely, so far, so good. Crystal, you're gonna just check.
And we've seen this from him time and time again. To get, okay, a little bit of a micro spot, I believe, from the boom bot. But yeah, Crystal this time does hold on to the paint shells. Oh, a wide jiggle peek out from Allen. Darian ready for it, not able to find the punish. Now needs to shift back around where you can see it's going to be 5-member strong push coming up through short here onto the A site. This does put Darian in a bit of an awkward position as far as trying to hold the site goes. Rendezvous just has to be taken away. Ping's coming down. They know that he's going to be on that shower side. They would love to get rid of him, but Crazy Guy just spams. They're managing to find two. Jemkin and Allen taken down, and suddenly this bonus is looking very good for the side of Bleed, who would love to move up. 3-0. Crystal around the back will find one, trying to punch a hole here into the Bleed members, but Scary just going to be lurking for it right around the corner. Crystal now completely trapped. Site is open though, while Scary is paying attention towards this raise push. Swing on the corner, but we'll be able to get it. Gets the weapon upgrade as the plant comes down over onto B.
All 4 members of Bleed going to be working their way through spawn in towards this. Tornado going to be taking contact. No utility left.
Hello, what's up?
One flash left. Juicy gets Tornado. Now on to Yoshi.
What's up? What are you talking about?
Perfect.
Where are you, brother?
No, important call, my guy.
His vision. Not give him any chances.
Very important call.
Fuse comes through. Question is, do they allow him to hold on to the guns? Juicy certainly does not want to. And Crazy Guy, he'll be the one to finish him off. 3 kills for him, 3 rounds for Bleed. Bonus is converted. And Scars in a very awkward position.
And this early push out by Darian, even though he doesn't find the kill, it gives them firm control over the shower side, and that allows Crazy Guy to rotate out of lamps. Once he feels the pressure from the blast packs, he pieces out. He says, no, I'm going to rotate over. We know we've got the eastern side of this site completely to our control. So I can get over there, get myself in a position where I can play on the other side of the smokes.
We are supposed to do that. Like, I guess this weekend only.
And really putting that round
we were supposed to do that. We are finding new people so we can, you know.
Scars coach there. He's normally a pretty stoic character.
Change people.
I mean, dropping.
Like so inactive, so irresponsible. It's just, you know.
They look to assess what they can do to get themselves
like
back.
This was the thing I told you in the beginning only. Like, we are changing. I need to, like, I don't want to, you know, get new people who are also like this.
So there's always that potential.
I know.
So yeah, it's fine. It's hard finding people.
Darian is playing crazy with the chamber.
He is crazy. Bro, I've seen him. Like yesterday as well, he was playing in the semis. He was playing in the semis as well, bro. And especially yesterday, Juicy was not at his best. Like against OG, when it was Bleed versus OG, Juicy single-handedly, he carried the Bleed team solo against OG. And yesterday he was having a bad day. They won because of Crazy Guy and Darian. And Scary as well.
Again now for a 3rd time. Sheriff's Spectre and a Stinger.
Again he got a kill.
To try to get themselves on the board.
अबे Crazy Guy like smoke के through मारे जा रहा है सबको. Like दूसरा ये लगातार दूसरा राउंड
देखो पिछला गेम देखना चाहिए था.
नहीं, इससे पहले वाले राउंड में 2 लोगों को मारा था.
मैं बोलूं पिछला गेम. और ये ले भाई. ओ मैं पीछे हूँ. इसलिए वही तो. मैं पीछे था थोड़ा, पता नहीं डिले हो गया था. हाँ अभी जो बिम से आया ना.
Position that had worked really well for Crazy Guy in the previous round. This time around, it's able to be identified and isolated.
He will like,
by the Scars.
He will like know your क्या बोलते हैं walkthroughs. अबे क्या lag हो गया भाई.
Great follow-up flash for Neff. Just a hawk to confirm.
मेरा बीच से Twitch अटक जाता है भाई.
बहुत ज़्यादा अटकता.
ये भी अटक रहा है ना?
वो इंडियन सर्वर से.
मैं Twitch और YouTube पे switch करेगा.
बदला ले लिया क्रिस्टल ने. दो बार मार चुका था उसको.
Now 5 members strong, moving their way up here onto the site. Things looking good so far here for the side of Scars.
Ult आई नहीं आई.
What a read from Crystal.
अबे वापस like अबे क्या है यार?
He's so smart.
How far does Bleed want to push this one? They have tools like the Seekers, like this orbital strike. Is Crystal okay? Gonna get jumped there.
Base. Kaise? How am I supposed to watch?
By the Trailblazer, knocked down to 23 health.
Man, what a
look at all these ults, these post-plant ults for Scars.
Yo, Sky is so cool.
At the very least, if you bleed, you would love to just draw these.
Guy is a must for this
Scary
map.
sending a bite, Torneko.
Oh, abe.
Crystal round.
All these out of them. Scary sending a bite. Torneko just going to be getting a bit of that damage. Full flash does come in. The swing under the corner. They find the first kill. 4 more to go with time running low.
Did you saw? I missed the first show match.
The side is Crystal will get himself a third. Looking for a
you did?
Yeah, show match.
On for an ace, but crazy
like,
guy not going to give him the opportunity.
The TDM.
Just throws down the stims, get himself sprinted out
You
of
missed
the
that as well?
radius and time, and Scars will find themselves around.
Yeah, but I saw the score. Like Banks is in finals.
Again, the confidence
and he popped off.
for
Like
Bleed.
he really popped off
And
over
Crystal
there.
able to read this on this off angle. Darion gets caught through the wall there on that spray. Crystal here getting some backup, even though Yoshi goes down, able to keep those ults in their back pocket by making sure that there was no tap on the spike, no ability for Bleed to get through and force out that orbital strike or something else. So now you've got everything but the Empress for the side of Scars.
All might be lost, but the sort of force is here. Darion again in a very forward position. Rendezvous set up to take him back over towards Lamp's entrance. Snap just, some blind shots. Will get Jim.
Crazy guy playing so fucking good.
Juicy one away.
Bro, you should have seen him on the map, Haven map.
Looking to
like,
try to
he
maybe get
was going crazy. Like with the Sova.
To have
अबे तूने scary का ace नहीं देखा last map वाला.
He's got to be real careful around this corner.
They're basically just
Did
side by
you
side.
saw the
wala?
ace he did?
He's gonna back away.
Haven wala.
Bite out into hookah. Try to slow that up. In the
भाई
meantime,
तूने सेमीफाइनल्स के मिस किया ना भाई सेमीफाइनल्स
अबे
में
तूने ace नहीं देखा क्या करा उसने?
देखता मैं
Flash goes a little bit deeper, but they
You'll shit your pants, brother.
देखो कल का एक क्लिप दिखा था स्कैरी का ऑलमोस्ट
1v5 मारा उसने.
सेम वही कल का एक क्लिप था वही 1v5 था लास्ट गाय 5 एचपी पे था और
अबे टाइम भी नहीं था.
Trailblazer on the chase.
स्पाइक भी नहीं था उसके पास.
Bite down Scary 1 HP.
उसके ये वापस 1 एचपी पे
एक को मारा उसने 4 बचे हुए थे.
ओह 1 एचपी पे स्पाइक डाउन किया है.
Even at 1 health, this man is still an absolute nightmare to deal with for Scars. Yoshi now gone, it's all on Alan. No time, he'll just back away.
1 एचपी पे तोड़ रहा है भाई
Takes the
बंदा
TP out to safety, but will they try to rush him down?
और चेंबर बेचारा अल्ट करके बैठा है उसको एक गोली चलाने नहीं मिली है भाई.
Inside of the TP. Seems like they might want to try to fish for
मिलेगी
this one.
मिलेगी
The shot
बाहर.
flying.
हल्ले
Alan will be able to catch him.
नहीं मिली ना.
Finishing him off now, waiting just in case, but no further pursuit coming in. But for Darion, he does not mind. He didn't have to buy into
क्या
the
कहते
rounds.
हैं?
Just pop
एक
the
बंदे को मार दिया था उसने. हेवन में 2 बंदे गराज में बैठे थे 2 बंदे सी पे बैठे हुए थे. पीछे से गया 2 बंदों को गराज मारा. ऑल्ट आ गई स्पाइक लिया सीधा ए साइड पे. 4 सेकंड पे लिटरली स्टार्ट किया था उसने प्लांट करना.
Scary
कल का एक राउंड दिखा था.
Believe that was Lou from Bonkers.
These crazy guys absolutely. हैं?
क्या हुआ?
Scary thinking about this.
Orbital strike से 2 मर गए.
On the back of that utility, the Seekers.
भैया कितना डिले है भाई?
Utility, Crystal.
Stopper entry, looking for the rocket kill. Not going to be able to find
Rocket
a nade.
हगा,
However,
Crystal
still
but
could
कोई
find
ना.
some value. They go pushing forward. Crazy guy, however, finding one. Now Nep finding another one. Crazy guy gets a second. Orbital strike, however, will take him down. Nep gonna be
Oh
broken out
my
as well.
god.
एक ही तो मारा ऑर्बिटल स्ट्राइक पे.
Retake here
क्या कह रहा
from
है?
the side of Bleed.
अल्ट से एक ही तो मारा.
The pit going to be invested. They
See
know
Ult.
that they need to win this
नहीं,
round.
दो मरे थे ना.
Straight off
अभी तो
shot.
किल फीड में एक ही दिखा मेरे को.
Right past the shoulder here of Alan.
अबे उसके ऊपर वाला कुत्ते की तरह टैग हो गया था.
He takes the pit down. Showstopper out.
Never
Doesn't
mind.
matter. Darion's already got the headshot. Bleed will not allow them to find a
गाली
second
मार होगा
hit in
रोजा
this
करा
half.
दी मेरी.
Not quite
देख
just
देख देख
yet.
भुन गए थे.
Bleed will once more
देखा?
put themselves up to
मेरा
6.
शायद थोड़ा पीछे है. But live ही लिखा है फिर भी मैं 2x
Just love the
करता हूँ.
reactionary play from Scary. As soon as those Seekers were out, the pit was down. Buying enough time for Crazy Guy to pick up 2 huge kills, keeping Hookah at bay for just a little bit. Pushes ahead of these, and yeah, he sees them right before the leer.
Right before the orbital strike claims him.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes the orbital strike is not much you can do about it, and you just gotta fight your way through it.
तो इन्फ्लुएंस तो उससे स्काई थोड़ा ही डैमेज खाया, वो नेड से डैमेज खाया स्काई.
Definitely not.
वही तो कह रहा हूँ, ऑर्बिटल स्ट्राइक हाँ और नेड का कॉम्बिनेशन लग गया उसको. एक तरफ नेड फेंका, उस तरफ ऑर्बिटल.
मोस्टली वो नेड खाया क्योंकि हर दूसरे साइड ही.
He's under pressure.
They're just trying to shoehorn themselves here into the.
Oh! He get 2. He get 2 like that.
Grabs that Phantom for a bit of an upgrade. Scary.
भाई, you know what? ये लोग का प्ले देख के ये लोग फिर गन्स वो करते क्या बोलते हैं? नाइफ करते हो, हम लोग को इशू होता भाई गेम में.
Swapping off the judge goes back here for the stinger.
क्या बोलता?
Just holds the angle, and now it's all on Yoshi.
इन लोग का स्प्रे देख के they reduce मतलब वो increase कर देते हैं, and that affects us in game bro. Like come on, तुम लोग कितना भी स्प्रे ट्रांसफर बढ़ा दो भाई, मतलब लाइक एरर बढ़ा दो, वो लोग फिर भी वैसा ही मारेंगे. हम लोग को दिक्कत होगी. क्या बोलता स्निफा?
भाई वो तो है, मुझे तो नहीं लगता कि कुछ इतना खास कुछ फर्क पड़ा है सिंगर पे.
सिंगर पे नहीं, फैंटम से जो दिया उसने डबल डिंग हेड 2 शॉट वॉल बैंग 2 डबल डिंग हेड शॉट.
भाई उसपे तो गोली कम करी है ना, वो कहाँ बड़ा है?
बड़ा है वैंडल का, बड़ा है स्पेक्टर का, बड़ा है
गोलियां कम की है.
वैंडल स्पेक्टर फैंटम का हुआ है वो क्या बोलते हैं उसको, बड़ा है वो, मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना, देख पढ़ा है मैंने.
कब पढ़ा है तूने?
इसके टाइम पढ़ा है, मैं तेरे को ढूंढ के बताता हूँ. रिसेंटली का ही है, जब गोली का हुआ ना तभी का हुआ है वो. लाइक थोड़ा सा ज्यादा नहीं फर्क बट किया है, लाइक 2% कुछ चेंजेस हुए, लाइक उसका स्प्रे रेडियस का स्प्रे पैटर्न जो भी बोल रहे, स्प्रे पैटर्न में 2-3% का डिफरेंस आया, बढ़ गया थोड़ा रेडियस. स्प्रेड, हाँ स्प्रेड बढ़ गया उसका. बाय 4 बंदे ने कहाँ पे है?
देख ही रहा हूँ, ऑफ लेके निकलेगा. पड़ा है इसको, आरटीएचपी बची है
और उसको सिर्फ एक बॉडी शॉट पड़ा, वो हील भी हो गया.
नहीं हील हो जाएगा पूरा.
पिस्टल
That's why chamber a little bit. Oh my god.
There goes 40 back.
Oh my god.
The pop flash, the disengage. Scope it
again.
The damage is dealt.
भाई
जब तक शॉट ही निकाल रहा था लॉन्डे ने हेड एंटर लेके भर दी. बहुत तेज आती है ना
अभी हेड एंटर गन सब बाहर आती है ना सेम भाई का.
टीपी के टाइम बाहर आती है, पुछ लगा देती है भाई.
To catch scars as they send themselves over to the A site, and there's a pressure applied from Bleed to the teleporter.
ओ उसकी गन भी नहीं आई भाई, हेड एंटर कूद जाती है भाई जब मारती है बाहर. ये देख फॉरन
perfectly, the maneuverability there for him, absolutely gorgeous. Like you talked about that head.
भाई इन लोगों ने वापस चेंबर को नर्फ किया ना, मैं मार डालूंगा इन लोग.
अबे अभी भी कौन सा बहुत बड़ा बफी है उसके अंदर.
वही बोल रहा हूँ,
दिक्कत उसके सिर्फ अलार्म बॉट में.
हाँ या तो अगर रेडियस रखना है तो 2 रख दो, या तो टाइमर हटा दो, एटलीस्ट वहां से निकाल, टाइमर कम कर दो, है ना, कि एटलीस्ट एक साइड से दूसरे साइड अटैक कर दो तो वो अलार्म यूज तो करता है.
अंधा पुश चल रहा है भाई, रैंक वाला पुश है, अंधा रैंक पुश है भाई. ये
8-1 पे क्या करेंगे भाई? एस कम ऑन,
अंधा पुश है रैंक वाला
यार,
ये अंधा पुश है पूरा रैंक वाला. कह रहा हूँ अंधा पुश है रैंक वाला है.
They are 8-1 down in the final यार, वो भी 1-0 मैप डाउन के बाद. That is gonna happen.
For Scars, these fast pushes come on the back of these Trailblazers. So as soon as that dog comes out, Crazy just starts spraying. He just starts going for it. The utility comes flying in from the rest of his team, from Scary, to get those vulnerables like you're talking about. Full flash on the 4th one.
I'm trying to keep it together. It's a grand final. Oh, but that was very funny.
Yeah. Moments of brevity in the middle of this insane game from Bleed.
Again, just looking to really push their way, brute force into this B site. 2 players watching around the backside. Showstopper out. Seeker's going to be let loose, looking for the catch. Looks like he's going to just end up sending this one into hookah, hoping for something, but they've already rotated out. They're wrapping around over.
बहुत अच्छा खेला Bleed ने. देख क्या है
the plan here. Avoid that showstopper. Now you've got that orbital strike here from Crazy Guy. You can trap him in, pin him in with these flanks that you're taking.
Jiggle Peak sees one, but Flash going to be blocked there by the Poison Orb. Orbital Strike going to be sent out here from Crazy Guy. Just trying to clear out guard. TP has to be used. Yoshi ends up dipping. That's going to be long control. Surrendered out over to Bleed. And they immediately utilize that to find a kill. Jemkin going to be taken out of the equation. Crystal sat just below the window, tries to turn, manages to get the shot across. Neff swings into the site, finds one, finds a third. Identifies where Torneco's at, but he's in this rough position. No time remaining. Torneco will be able to take him down. And Scars will pick up a second round.
Sky के लिए बुरा लगा भाई. Sky यहाँ से TP करके घूम के आके फाइट लेके खुद अकेली बॉम्ब से पड़ गई. और वो वाइपर साइड पे फेंक के भी बच गया.
Even going into the last round of the half. It's going to have to be half armor buys here alongside these rifles.
It's not a bad idea from Bleed here at all. It's just better execution from Scars. Able to really keep those crossfires in check, prevent those flanks from ever really finding themselves. The orbital strike just a bit off base, and Yoshi has a backup plan in the teleporter to escape danger.
Man's holding a sign says Jemkin ace. How about Jemkin kills someone, because he's 0-10-2. It's about as absent as you can possibly get.
Damn, Jemkin is getting shut down, and commentators shitting on him.
Orbital strike going to be used here aggressively by Allen. Just clearing out the site, gets him forward, but here's
Darian.
Paint shells through. Torneco dead to a fight on screen.
Fucking TP'd out.
As it's only Crazy Guy eliminated on the side of Bleed. Looking to make this a 10-2
that was so well played. पीछे गया ऑफ पे की जज उठाई.
Bro, उसकी वो देखियो.
उसने खुद की अल्ट खोल ली.
In the half killless. This Reyna completely shut down. Neff finds Allen 10-2.
उसका वो देखियो first blood.
Absolutely.
भाई Darian
चेंबर का.
क्या फेल रहा भाई. गया भाग के एक ऑफ के शॉट चलाया, भाग के क्या ऑफ फेंकी जज उठाई. अभी टीपी कर लेता 70 HP पे.
Extra cash in the bag. To add insult to injury there, that double kill with the judge gives the tour to full force to Darian. And it's just, it's all Bleed all the time. See the coaching staff there, very happy, of course. And what can you say? Near perfect, near flawless execution from Bleed. And you gotta love what you're seeing from Darian here. A complete change of pace, a complete change of the effectiveness of this chamber.
I mean, I think it's probably the highest value chamber that we've seen online so far.
देख बोला ना, ये one of the best performance during the semi-finals yesterday.
Whether it's tier 1, tier 2.
Quad kill on 3 occasions and 3v1 clutches.
You're watching
पड़ा क्या
NRG, this
नीचे?
is how you get value out of that chamber pick.
Oh, brother.
I will show you one clutch. Wait,
I ain't stepping on that one. I like FNS, man.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, we both do. But this is just a masterclass. And the Reyna, yeah, never able to get impact. Now, generally, the Reyna, a little bit more impactful on the defender side on Bind. You have a lot more space to work with, a lot more control to be found, but really read very nicely. And again, anytime there was a B hit, Bleed was perfectly prepared with their protocols, just like we saw in Haven. Today, it seems to me that the coordination was a big focus for Bleed, and it is paid off in spades. Do a lot of gardening with those spades, my friend.
Well, now, need to have the defending side of their lifetimes. Otherwise, Bleed going to be able to get this pistol, move up to 11. Start off with a 2-0, and you do not want to be in a reverse sweep scenario. Juicy going to push the tempo. Scary, however, going to be finding one. Jemkin already going to be taken out. So the suffering continues.
This is just unbelievably difficult for Jemkin. You've got to feel for him right now. Still can't find that first blood. Still can't find that opening kill. And especially on the pistol round Achilles. Reyna so difficult to deal with. Darion a little bit off the mark.
Not quite snappy enough to find the headshot there. Sends up 2 of those bullets, takes a bit of damage, but now the TP just going to be a full send here. Bleed shifting back across now into the very open A site. Smoke set up. Crystal, potential spot to try to get this jump, and he absolutely needs to. You can see how suspicious still Darion is. Slow creeping back. Spots him now and will end up falling. Shot into the shoulder. Crystal wins the fight. 4v4 now as he looks to rejoin the rest of the team back over here onto the site. The push coming in, scary, unable to line him up into the corner, however.
क्या बेट किया है भाई नेफ के लिए.
Advantage established. Yoshi all on his lonesome. The molly down here onto the spike. Juicy on the hard angle. He swings in. He dies. Bleed.
भाई क्या बेट किया उसका एक किल. स्काई ने गोली नहीं चलाई जब तक वो माइक के आगे नहीं आया. उसको मार के.
Change of reaction here. Baiting out some attention, getting that first kill and not overcommitting to what they sensed was a well-defended B site. With Torneko still over there. Didn't want to deal with it. Quick rotations, and then you're able to set up these crossfires. Huge plays from Neff to lock down that U-Haul.
You want to see the sandwich I ordered for just 100 rupees?
From Showers. Really, really well thrown up there by Bleed.
Huh?
And now Stingers, here is that force buy that we have been looking for from Scars. Didn't get to see it on map 1. And still were able to string together a nice series of round on their defender side, but this is by a wide margin worse now after losing the pistol.
देख रहा हूँ. Motherfucker, यहाँ भूख लगी है तुम खाना दिखा रहे हो.
पूरा double decker sandwich.
This is not fair, brother.
4 pieces. 4 pieces. This time.
अकेले अकेले ठूस रहे गलत बात है.
अब सुबह से अब जाके कुछ खाया हूँ मैं.
Juicy, is he ready for it? The answer is yes. Eventually gets the headshot.
ऊपर से दिखा रहे हो. This is not fair, brother.
I am shocked. I can't believe he didn't take any damage.
Boombot scouts as well. Somebody up on top of the box. The Jemkin now has to fall back. Lear at the ready.
Torneko lure.
Sends it, but it goes into the smoke. And his paint shells up over the top.
He's
going to get absolutely splattered. Yoshi again.
Jenkin अभी भी 0 पे है क्या?
Going to be taking this now.
भाई अगर Jenkin 0 पे खत्म किया ना हिस्ट्री हो जाएगी I guess.
Can Yoshi do anything? Find any kills. Flash over the top, gets the full flash in, but Juicy still just strafing. Gets the headshot. It's a flawless. It feels like not just the round, but the map overall has been damn near flawless. One more to go.
भाई 0-13 पे अगर Jenkin खत्म हो गया ना मजा आ जाए. मतलब like not that but एक history होगी क्योंकि it's way too hard on a grand finals. क्या बोलता?
14.
I didn't think I'd ever see a world where Jenkin wouldn't get any kills on a map. I did not think that was possible.
Jemkin is.
It is shocking to see, but you got to give credit to Bleed here. The early round utility, the Trailblazer sent to be kind of a little bit of a distraction.
मस्त लग रही थी
Juicy able to win that big duel, not take any damage, and just get their way through.
एक round है please, जीत जाओ और Jenkin को एक kill मत दो please.
Here on this attacker side so far. Let's see if they want to try something a little bit faster, but take the orb as a consolation prize here behind the utility of Torneko. And also I want to credit Bleed here. Really aware of Torneko's lurk on that. Crazy Guy was looking for it, was waiting for it through market, and handled it beautifully. So great piece of work there from Bleed to identify a point of weakness from Haven and able to address it quickly here on Bind.
Spray through the drop out of Hookah. TP is going to be used. A little bit of a late lurk though. Darion sets up the net, gets a catch. Yoshi going to be taken down. Now he joins the rest of the squad. Crystal sprinting around.
एक एंगल भाई नहीं छोड़ रहे हैं भाई.
To join in with the rest of the team.
देखियो कितना भाई साहब सीधा बॉक्स के ऊपर.
नहीं please Jenkin से नहीं. Yeah.
Taken down.
Yeah.
As it is just Crystal and Alan now left to try to get something done. Alan sprays through, finds two. The judge nearly has the finish, but he just cannot get it.
Just नहीं मार पाया वो. But bro, it's a history. I don't think so. It can be recreated. एक बंदा पूरा गेम 0 kill. What do you think?
Into VCT Pacific.
And they're destroying.
And also a duelist like him. He is way too good. Last game Jet पे बहुत मारा वो. For his team.
भाई रेना वाला पिक काम नहीं करा.
And one of them was in the Pacific Finals.
और रेना को अगर किल ना मिले तो और किसी काम का नहीं है.
Was able to do first. Can they find that success? But Bleed, can you imagine a team that can hold Jemkin's Reina to 0 kills? Unbelievable performance from them to shut that powerful agent down. We've seen it so many times from Jemkin that his Reina can be absolutely destructive, but Bleed's not having any of it here today. And they want to send us home after a 3-0 potentially. We go over to Fracture next, Achilles.
And this is a map that they played against each other on the last time that they faced. And it did not go very well for the side of Scars. What lessons have they learned since then? And we posed the question after Haven, can they bounce back? Can they show the resilience that is necessary to recover after getting ace clutched by Scary? So far, it's pointing towards a no, because this was such a dominant display. 2-round wins, that's it. Your Reina player getting absolutely nothing other than 2 assists, maybe a 3rd one at the end. This was brutality.
Yeah,
Bleed have shown up, and they have been looking to just crush this series, and so far they're on that path. Scars, it is going to take everything that they have to try to come back into this one from here on out.
Yeah, it only gets worse here for Scars. I mean, it's going to take nothing but perfection the rest of the way through to get this across the line, and if Jemkin's not in this, you know, we've seen it before that is kind of a key factor for them when they start to struggle, when Jemkin's not on top form, and that is the opposite of top form here. So certainly, hopefully, he can mentally turn it around. We've seen him do it before.
Yeah.
But this is another level of difficulty for them.
That's not looking good, but of course we do have Komodo standing by once more at the telestrator to break down some of the action here. And again, I think he's got plenty to choose from, and I'm expecting that it's going to be on the side of Bleed. So we'll go ahead and throw it over to him.
Thanks once again, guys. Yeah, there was a lot of rounds to choose from in that one, but I've actually gone for a bit of a round of pure Valorantness, pure chaos, but also showing some good protocols from both of the teams. So in fact, it's actually going to be early in the stage from round number 7. Now, in this round, we have a lot of ultimates available on the side of Scars. They're going to rip them nice and early, but most importantly, it's actually going to be scary to try and hold down the fort of B. Now, when it comes to Bind, we're very known where a Sky generally plays, right? Over towards B, long. You're used to seeing a guiding light come on out, and that's what is actually expected here by Scars. So what they're going to actually do is put a poison cloud here and wait for that bird to come on down, wait for it to pop to get no information, for them to then scale up into the site. Now for Bleed, they're happy enough, of course, to just keep Darion on this line over at the A side of the map where that toxic screen is actually going to be down to see if anything's going to happen over at A. Most importantly, though, I'm going to start this round now so we can see what happens off the get-go. And what that is actually going to be is there's that poison cloud. The flash, or the guiding light rather, actually goes over towards short instead to try and confirm some information here. So that's going to be the tell over towards Scars that they can start to stampede up through towards long, which is going to be bringing out Scary's Viper's Pit. Now there's a lot of ultimates that are actually going to be dumped on the get-go here on that. With that Viper's Pit, we are going to see the Trailblazer, we're going to see Aaliyah come out as well for them to try and start to scale up towards B. The Trailblazer is actually going to be biting poor Scary, which is going to ultimately end his life in this one. And off screen on the radar again, we can actually see that Crazy Guy is starting to make his rotation over. He's going to be dropping the stim beacon here to get a little bit more speed because he needs to get a smoke over towards Hookah to try and help out the guys. The difference though is that for the attackers, there's only one smoke that they throw towards Elbow because they then want to use their combination of utility with their own bird to get into the site and actually place an orbital strike on the site itself. So with all of these flashes going around, with the Trailblazer going up with the Seekers to try and...
I will show you one thing. Get again.
So, but they will just go for an early plant right in the middle of the site. It will complete, but they have to exit and not in time. Severine says hello from behind.
You're watching, right?
Well.
Yeah.
He wants to try to deny the defuse, but he's sticking it way past half. Severine, he's just going to stick with it. No, Scary denies it just in the last second, but already half done. 4 members still alive for Boom Esports. Scary I don't know. You might be the hometown hero. Okay, the Molly evens it out to 1v3. He finds one.
Oh!
He finds two. Can he get the ace? Famous. He lets go. He thinks he's going to peek again. Oh, and the jump. It's keeping Famous on his toes. Scary with the mind games. Just playing for time. Famous, you have to.
नहीं but clutch.
ये राउंड हार गया ना वो.
हाँ.
Does he have enough time?
एक सेकंड.
अभी मैं तुझे दिखाता हूँ.
देखा.
अब तू देख. दिख रही है स्क्रीन? दिख रही है स्क्रीन?
यप.
वेलकन?
हाँ, हेलो, आवाज नहीं आई क्या? हेलो?
हाँ बोल, वेल स्क्रीन दिख रही है?
हाँ.
ये देख.
In a row, Scars now
down, and now
you. Dan Jemkin not going to be good for the shot. And now, even Nep grab.
Can't drop down.
No, we cannot.
Went on the backside here.
Yeah, round there,
Yoshi, knowing that this one in behind. Jemkin with the blades, does find Darian. Takes him down first and foremost and spray through Yoshi. I believe collapsed him there. Nep and Crazy Guy now gone. 2 members left, the smoke coming through. Torneko just backing away, sends out the paranoia. It seems like we're not going to be over yet. The push in, Juicy dead, Spike on the ground. And what do you know? It's scary. Always the last man standing, it would seem.
Looking now, see if he can trick Scars a little bit. So far though, Crystal not fooled. Crystal such a smart player. Just caught the
now they know.
Yeah.
Hard confirmed, scary. Call will come in, save the gun.
I mean,
he's going to go for a different approach.
This guy knows the value of $1, Achilles.
He does. And again, still inching forward. 30 seconds, though. 4 players to get through. Seems just so impossible, so improbable.
If he gets these two around this corner, though.
Might still want to try to go for it. The push out. Time on the Crystal. Plays it patiently. He swings back in. But 12 seconds. And they can just scatter to the wind. The vault line will connect. He's got the spike. He's going to TP across the map. Can he get it in time? It's going to be so damn close, but I believe he has it. It's scary. He might just be able to bring this back from the brink. I believe he wanted the TP up into heaven. Couldn't make it happen. Sends down the smoke. And my God, what a position to be in. Unthinkable.
Certainly not, Achilles. Certainly not. Ooh, counter TP here from Torneko.
Welcome back to VCT Ascension Pacific. I'm Victoria, and after this with me, we've got Twat and Winner. We just finished map 2. This is a really intense
map.
Is going to be crowned the champion of VCT Ascension.
That
But
too to
Bleed
close
has
a map.
VCT Ascension, but Bleed has been
Damn.
great. But Scars is definitely underperforming.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a classic case of one team is playing up to their potential and one team is playing at their weakest, right? And this is perhaps the weakest we've seen Scars play all tournament. I mean, yes, they've dropped the maps before, but they just look absolutely just out of it, right? Just the focus is gone. They're not winning duels. They're not playing together.
Sexist.
It's just falling apart.
The word gentleman.
And that's that mental kind of exhaustion that I think that's coming into it, because they're really affected by that, first of all, the 1v4 from before, and the whole crowd coming into it as well. They need something to just kind of shut all that noise out and just play your own game, because that's what this whole thing is meant for today. But you can see that it's not coming through the way that they're coordinated. It's all falling apart. Jemkin, that's the biggest point.
Well, we had Alice on the desk before, and I didn't quite realize Saisho was invited here as well to VCT Pacific, because we did find an egg out there on Bhai on that map too. But I mean, listen, you pick Reyna, and now with this kind of scoreline, his KAST, right, kills, assists, survives, trades, was 33%. But that's what happens when you pick an agent like that, because that agent, you literally have to get kills to find impact, and you get 0.
Literally zero. You just have zero impact. Maybe some assists, but that's about it. You can't use any utility, any abilities at all.
And I just want to say, I mean, this is partly, yes, Jemkin also definitely not playing up to the potential that we've hyped him up, but he's getting red, right? The Reina positioning, etc. We'll talk about this a little further when we highlight one of the players, but it was very clear that Bleed knew, okay, these are the angles the leaders come out on. This is how we prepare the crossfire. This is how
hello, आवाज नहीं आई क्या क्या बोल रहा है?
Things like that. And then at that point, you need the rest of the team to support, but they were
क्या
trying to just
मैं बोल के तो गया था पानी लेने गया तो आवाज सच्ची में नहीं आई क्या?
You're just throwing everything out the window.
And that also happens because of how well Bleed are playing that defensive half.
वो कह रहा था ना, उसने बोला था ना, एंकर बैठी थी जेंटलमैन. मैंने कहा जेंटलमैन कितना सेक्सिस्ट वर्ड है बे. अब तो सोच रहा होगा क्यों?
वही सोचो लिटरली.
अगर जेंटलमैन का ऑपोजिट क्या है?
जेंटल का ऑपोजिट एग्जैक्टली.
अबे मेल फीमेल का कैसे वर्जन है? फीमेल वर्जन क्या है?
नहीं आई गेस.
है?
नहीं है कुछ.
अबे लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन बोलते हैं ना चूतिए.
तो ऐसा ऑपोजिट वर्जन थोड़ी ना हो गया वो.
हाँ मतलब लाइक फीमेल वर्जन तो होगा ना. चोमू
पता नहीं, मे बी.
अबे भाई मेरे, अच्छा ये बता कि मैन और वुमेन होता है, ठीक है? मैन विमेन, ठीक है? गर्ल बॉय, ठीक है? ऐसे बोलते हैं ना. हाँ, मेल फीमेल, उसी की तरह से लेडीज और जेंटलमैन होता है. So I was saying कि gentleman is a sexist word. पूछो क्यों? क्योंकि why are they addressing only the men who are gentle? Why is it gentlemen? Why is it not gentle ladies and gentlemen? They categorizing the fucking men. They're like only gentlemen. Everybody else fuck off. I always hated the word gentleman. Gentle ladies and gentlemen. अगर gentle ladies बोलेगा ना भाई देखना, there is gonna be an issue.
एक बार ट्राई करते कहीं पे gentle ladies बोलते हैं.
Gentle ladies and gentlemen. लड़कियां कैसे भी चलेंगी, लड़के जेंटल होने चाहिए.
डीजी के मैच तो देखे ही है. अभी थोड़ी ना, अभी है. अभी मैच चल रहा है.
Look, it's all or nothing at this point. If they don't reset, this is it. It's very, very clear that something is going on in their nerves right now, and they just can't get over this mental hurdle. Now we are going to go into Fracture. Scars has a pretty good track record on Fracture. In fact, they defeated Nows just the other day, 13-3.
Yes.
But the last time they played Fracture against Bleed, it didn't go so well, and I don't know if it's going to go the same way again. How are you guys feeling about that?
That's what I'm scared about, right? 13-5 against Bleed the last time that they played. It was their own pick. It didn't go great, and that is why Bleed are picking it again. You need to see that same performance from Crystal, the same way that they played yesterday.
Well, you say that, but again, that's the point I wanted to make, is the only reason they won against Nows Esports on Fracture was because Crystal was dragging them across the finishing line, right? 22 kills, 5 deaths. I mean, an absolute monstrous performance from it. If you can do it great, I mean, that's fantastic that you can extend your lifeline, but this is a best of 5. It doesn't end just here. So even if they do win Fracture, I would still be worried here for Scars.
शो मैच मैंने सोचा
the next couple of maps as well.
जो फाइनल्स है शो मैच का उनके बीच में होगा. तो फाइनल्स खत्म होने के बाद शो मैच होगा तो मजा नहीं आएगा. हाँ,
need to make it happen right now. You remember how Crystal actually had that performance.
अबे हुआ ना TDM
into smokes. He makes we use his positioning to get behind enemy lines.
I'm not interested in that shit.
I don't know if you can do that against Bleed, especially a Bleed that is feeling this.
ये देख.
Hold on, just so we're very clear, I did win in KD against Quack, but I may not have won against Victoria, and that's primarily, well, I won't tell about it, but she came into the...
Bing.
Trust me, it's plenty of fun with just the 3 already.
Surely, but I'm also just going to say that that's Sun's equipment.
They're crap. Adapt. All right, this is what we talk about. Game to game. Okay, that keyboard. I didn't tell you to get the bad
Mousepad is the kind that comes with the...
And Team Superbus, who just mentioned that it's not really fun to be played. So
a lot of people
paper thin.
अरे मतलब क्या हुआ था ना, 4 टीम्स थी शो मैच के लिए सिर्फ। हाँ, तो एक टीम पहले बियोट्री खेली और मतलब 2 टीम और बाकी 2 टीम बियोट्री खेली। अभी उन दोनों में होगा शायद जीता कौन, क्योंकि वहां लिखा है विन विन लूज लूज। या वहीं पे खत्म कर दे या उनका भी फाइनल्स करवाएंगे। That's what I am thinking. What do you think?
नहीं खत्म है, पता नहीं मुझे।
Who knows? Maybe it was that scary ace clutch that really kind of set this series into a destined path where it is going to be bleed coming through. But can Scars turn around? Their mental has been really good this event so far. They've really been able to bounce back after some difficult losses or some difficult maps or difficult halves. But now I have severe concerns because Bleed looks really well drilled here today, especially on their defender side where they start on Fracture. But yeah, Fracture generally, again, in our region is more of an attacker-sided map. So certainly I feel like this has to be a statement now from Scars. They have to come out swinging here on Fracture. They've got to find a way to reset mentally. Particularly Jemkin. It goes without saying that after a performance like that, you hope that a player of his caliber who has been so good throughout this tournament, that he can get it done. And we are moving over to Fracture, Bleed Esports versus Scars, the deciding map potentially.
Scars cannot allow for that scary ace, that 0 and 14 performance from Jemkin to affect them now. They have to abandon it. They have to play with confidence. They cannot play with fear. Fear is the mind killer. And in that last map, it certainly looked like their mental was boomed. Let's see if they can, in fact, bounce back, though, and how they are going to fare now. Starting off on this attacking side here on Fracture, the desk was teeing it up. Did not go their way the last time out.
And the last time, it was the defender side for Bleed that was so good here on Fracture. 8 and 4 for Bleed on their half. An alarm bot right around the corner. Darion not moving a muscle off that contact. Instead, Scar's gonna opt to take the orb, use the haunt to check sight. A little bit of a crossfire potentially, but the smokes are down. Sight is open here. Nano try to buy a little bit of time for these rotations. A long lurk through attacker spawn for Neff and Juicy. And here we go. It is going to be potentially a post plant. Still, Torneko hasn't opted to go for it. Okay.
Hasn't gone for it yet, and yeah, very slow take here on the rope from Allen. Aftershock goes across. They're looking to flush him down. Get him off the bottom of the rim, and Juicy gets that headshot. Absolutely gorgeous from him. Very much a nightmare awakening here for the side of Scars. Yoshi trading one back push out of the smoke. Jemkin cannot get it done. Swing and Yoshi everything to do, but can't quite get it. Ends up falling, 2 members left. Another pistol round goes to Bleed.
By the way, Pipa.
Just great patience here from Bleed. And
Scars
is scared.
दाद देनी पड़ेगी भाई। 120 के सैंडविच में टमाटर डाले थे, पीसेज हर स्लाइस में 2-3
पड़े होंगे फ्रिज में।
These executes that they dial up are so well choreographed.
Jemkin को बोल स्किन से खेलना चालू कर, जीत
जाएगा।
Yep.
Okay,
भाई कुत्ते की तरह मार रहे हैं ये लोग।
क्या लैग है भाई? क्या अटका?
नहीं।
And that is into the meat grinder.
वो अटक रहा है भाई।
For Yoshi and Crystal, just ripped apart. End up falling, turned back over towards the site. Spike now stranded on the steps. Darion will find himself a second. Allen stuck here with a ghost.
Darion be like must.
In hand saying, guys, what the hell do I do?
Next game chamber लेके कुत्ता बनाओ, वापस से केजे लेके जज मारो.
It's gonna be challenging. You've got a few dinged up players, but nope, Neff is Gonna be the one to find another flawless four.
यार ये ब्राउजर अटक है क्या सीन है उससे?
Bleed under round 2.
दूसरे ब्राउजर में देखता हूँ।
हाँ।
Browser
I mean, hey, if it's I don't care what role you're playing. If Scary's standing behind you, yeah, you body block for the guy.
Facts. That's facts.
थोड़ा सा दे दो।
Gun barrel spotted. Jemkin finding one. Does get himself on the board here. Oh, does get
नहीं।
change over.
Juicy.
Trying to find that elimination on the Yoshi instead, but still, it's quite a bit of damage. Sets up for his teammates to potentially find him, and Yoshi will fall down. Plant out coming in around the back. Scary catches Jemkin, upgrades the weapon.
अबे अभी भी कंफर्म नहीं जीत जाए।
वो जूसी वो मार देता वहाँ पे दो।
मार दिया। जो राउंड जीतने वाले थे।
1v1.
Winnable position to try to get this bonus locked down already. Good amount of damage dealt, however, from the side of Bleed. Oh, he actually crazy guy with a 3K puts them on the board for 3. The bonus is theirs.
Oh, Bhai.
Unstoppable.
And just like
Domination.
Crazy guy.
Domination, भाई.
He was so
Bleed के फैन लग रहे हैं इससे।
हाँ इसलिए क्योंकि लाइक थाईलैंड का इकलौता बंदा है वो है स्कैरी है।
हाँ मालूम दो हैं।
अभी नहीं इस उसमें होगा कि पता नहीं बट ब्लीड में एक ही है थाईलैंड का वो ये स्कैरी है तो लाइक होम सपोर्ट तो उसको मिल रहा है ना तो वो ये टीम उसको ही सपोर्ट कर रही है मोस्टली तो।
Any orb congestion potentially. It's an A crunch from Sands.
ओ भाई
होम सपोर्ट क्या होता है फनेटिक से पूछो जाके। ब्राजील में हरा के आए थे लाउड को है। और 11-3 11-3 हरा के आए।
3-11 कमबैक भाई। एक एचपी और स्काई भी नहीं है भाई। भाई 4 बंदों का मिला के भी 150 एचपी नहीं है बे। 4 बंदों का मिला के भी साइफर से कम एचपी है।
अबे 150 से ज्यादा एचपी पागल है क्या?
अरे बाकी 4 बंदे कहाँ 77 5 23 और 17 कितना होता है? 77 23 इज इक्वल टू 100 122 हेल्थ है।
और साइफर की पूरी एचपी वो कहाँ गई?
तो मैं क्या बोला बाकी चारों की 4 जनों की और 4 जनों की मिला के भी साइफर से कम है बोला मैंने।
ये तो है
4 जन की हेल्थ मिला के साइफर से कम है भाई। ये जज पे आए
जीजी हो गया
ये एचपी पे जज पे आए भाई बंदे
जीजी कर दिया इन्होंने।
अब समझा मैं क्या बोल रहा था 4 जनों का मिला के भी 125 नहीं है भाई।
do some
damage. Face cam on कर लो यार बंद नहीं था face cam।
They will not be able to get this plant down. It's just a grab on the orb for Crystal to try to get closer to the nightfall. And everybody else forced to save. Bleed will yet again find another flawless. As they are not even giving them a molecule of oxygen to breathe. There's just no space. They are absolutely suffocating them.
It's a vacuum. You're absolutely
अगर 13-0 हो गया ना तो फिर एक चीज सेम हो जाएगी। जेंकिन का बाइंड का स्कोर और इनका फाइनल का स्कोर। भाई इसकी खुशी देख कल इतनी फटी हुई थी ना क्योंकि कल 8-4-8 से कम बैक 3-9 से कम बैक और आज एकदम फुला हुआ है भाई। मैं फुला मतलब खुशी से फुला हुआ है भाई।
भाई क्या खेलेंगे ये लोग हार गए। क्या खेलेंगे ये लोग हार चुके हैं। मुझे तो नहीं लग रहा है इनसे कुछ भी नहीं खेला जा रहा। दे चोक कर दिया इन लोगों ने।
ओ भाई स्प्लिट
क्या खेलेंगे।
वो देख रहा पहला गेम तब भी वो लोग 39 मारे। वो पिछले गेम में जो जेंकिन का नहीं चला 13-2 का प्रेशर ना खत्म हो गए वो लोग कुछ कर ही नहीं पाए। अब वो चोक हो चुके उनका माइंड गेम की बात होती है ना ये गेम माइंड गेम ही हो गया उनके साथ अभी।
ये देखना
चश्मों के साथ ज्यादा ही क्यूट
उनका मोरल इतना है ये मुंह पे चढ़ के मार रहे हैं.
On a side of the map where they were so good previously. Look at Juicy.
ओ भाई ठीक चलेगा.
Space given. What can be recovered here for Tornado to join alongside the two Guardians, so maybe some more damage to be dealt. Scary down 5 HP. This round.
रेज का ट्रेड हुआ है, ब्रीच एक्स्ट्रा मिला तो इट्स गुड. ये 1 HP है.
Cage is thrown down, try to block off. In the meantime, they're just trying to buy some space and keep everybody locked on this A side of the map now. Shot goes across, Tornado does find Nep, bring it now into
फेक अच्छा किया है लोग ऐसे.
3v3.
ओह फेक कर दिया.
Launching smoke. Very good little linger there from him and good distraction set up from the rest of Scars.
दो साइड से आया तो उनको लगा ही ना फेक.
The spike down and have something to defend.
एक बंदा रहना चाहिए था ये पे बैक स्टेप के लिए.
मैं क्योंकि 3 एंगल से खेल रहे थे ना ये लोग. ओ अल्ट कोने पे अल्ट करेगा क्या? नहीं किया. ओ किया. खत्म. ओ भाई. ट्री जिसमें उन पे पूरा साइड कंट्रोल है बी का एंड ओपोनेंट का एक बंदा 5 HP पे है, फिर भी वो लोग एक भी नहीं मारा, उन लोगों ने राउंड निकाल दिया भाई.
There is no friction against their movement. The vacuum they've created allows for this smooth, effortless flow. And it's just again these.
जब इन्होंने स्विच करा था ना तो एक बंदे को मिड रिस्पॉन से आना था.
आए बट उनको लगा ना केजे का सामान रहेगा क्योंकि केजे जिंदा थी वो, लाइक उनको पता चल जाएगा तो लाइक इट डजंट मैटर कि अगर वो टाइम पे पहुंचा नहीं और वो अकेला बच्चा तो उन लोग को पता है कहाँ देखना है, उसका प्लान भी नहीं है एंड अगर जल्दी आ गया तो समझ जाएंगे. क्या स्टैक किया है, सब भी है. वो चोट सब ए आया और सब भी है भाई. क्रेजी गाय. Crazy guy being the EG of an EG of Pacific, only team with a Sova open. Done. Okay, scary. Oh boy.
It's into a 3v3. Time still dwindling.
इस बार ले लिया बट प्लांट का फाइनली.
अब तो तरस आने लगा है मुझे.
अबे गेम क्यों दिख रहा है भैया? हेलो स्ट्रीम पे क्यों नहीं दिख रहा? What the hell?
And this time around, once again, Scars able to hold the line here. Some good setup, some good shooting from Tornado.
Okay, my bad. मैं वही सोच रही क्या भाई हट गई. मैंने ब्राउज़र चेंज किया तो वो हटा ही नहीं और पीछे गेम खुला हुआ था तो गेम दिख रहा था बैठ के. मैंने कहा साला मेरा प्रोफाइल क्यों दिखे जा रहा है?
Towards Dish, but Scars now beginning to find some level of atmosphere. Maybe they can find some kind of landing for themselves to get back in this
Crystal walking around the back. This is not good for the shot where he normally is. Juicy finds it, suspects there's going to be some more players nearby. Showstopper at the ready, does get cleared out. Up over top of the box, where does he send it? Because if it's going to be close around this corner.
Hello, खाता तो खुला है ना.
Something, but no, just sends it out blindly. And they look to start pushing back into Juicy.
But Darion,
he's backing off.
He can probably hear some of these footsteps around attacker spawn, and they know Alan.
Oh, crazy guy.
Oh.
All the info that they need.
Oh.
Just wait a second. Cage trigger. And again, the double cage.
Rotate करते नहीं किए भाई वो reveal.
They can just leave Darion to continue to watch that spot. Now the smokes get set up. Try to prevent the site take coming through. Rolling Thunder gonna come crashing across. Juicy taking out Jemkin. Does manage to find him there with the paint shell, but gets a parting gift to Yoshi.
30 seconds left.
क्या है भाई ये?
Site access just continues.
Utility doesn't kill. Riot in Project A.
Way up and now Scary turns back, spots him, guns him down, and now it's just Jemkin. Last identified in the halls. May just be his final resting place, whether it's a save or him dead. Backs away from that dart.
FIFA? Right in Project A, utilities doesn't kill, it just, you know, gives you advantage in a, you know, support. और पहले 2 kill paint shell से. दोनों टीम के एक किल पेंट शेल. ओ भाई सेफ भी नहीं.
तैयार हो गए, उससे मार दो.
हाँ ना.
Oh dear lord.
Yeah.
This is just it's like when you wake up from a nightmare right before the monster's about to kill you.
That's exactly.
केजे की मॉली से तो आज तक कोई मरा ही नहीं है. वाइपर पिट से, वाइपर स्नेक बाइट से कोई नहीं मरा आज तक, है ना. हेड हंटर से कोई मरा ही नहीं आज तक.
हेड हंटर उस पे तो सीधा उसकी कोई यूटिलिटी किल है भाई. अल्ट उसका, हेड हंटर उसका.
Crystal now with a nightfall. Alan still sitting on that neural theft. Hasn't really been able, since he's kind of solo lurking around, to find any opportunities to use it. Like you said, no fake this time.
दुनिया भर की मॉली है गेम में.
Off of the utility, off of those cyber.
उनके हिसाब से मॉली is just to, you know, block the push.
Brimstone की मॉली से block the push. केओ की मॉली से block तो कितने लोग मरते हैं भाई.
ब्रिम की अल्ट तो भूल ही गए हम. बोलना.
ब्रिम क्या?
ब्रिम का अल्ट अपन बोलना भूल गए गिनाने.
जेट की अल्ट से आज तक कोई नहीं मरा.
ओह ओह नहीं. ओके 2v2.
Onto the spike, Torneko. Oh, the timing is absolutely perfect for him. Now leaves Juicy in the 1v2 clutch. Both players tagged up. 21 health. There's the jiggle. He wants to hold it to half, but Torneko threatens him off of it and finishes the job. Again. Torneko with a 3k.
Hey, just imagine 9-3 से comeback हुआ और रिवर्स स्वीप हो गई तो.
But they need to run this back to a 7-5 half if they want to have a hope.
I know it's hard bleed के against reverse sweep, but रिवर्स स्वीप हो गई.
इसलिए नहीं कि हार्ड है, बात इसलिए कि उनका मोरल बहुत डाउन है.
वही बोल, अगर एक मैच जीत गए ना तो अलग लेवल का एक्स्ट्रा मोरल मिलेगा भाई. मैं बोल रहा हूँ ना.
उसको देखना, फेट कैसे अंधों की तरह खेल रहा था. क्रिस्टल ऊपर वो मरा और वो अभी तक ऊपर भी नहीं देख रहा था.
Hey, मैं सुनना, अभी मोरल डाउन है, ठीक है, बट जस्ट इमेजिन इफ दे मेक अ कमबैक, उनका मोरल ज्यादा एक्स्ट्रा अप नहीं हो जाएगा कि अब दे कैन डू इट ऐसा. आफ्टर अ गेम लाइक दैट और ऐसे 6-0 स्टार्ट के बाद दे मेक अ कमबैक.
भाई
गया भाई, गया मर गया भाई. सोवा भाई मॉली भाई प्लांट ही नहीं होने दे रहे भाई. शॉक डार्ट से किल, मॉली से किल.
यही तो होता है फास्ट पुश में. सारी यूटिल बची रह जाती है सामने वाली टीम की.
देख अब भाई, शॉक डार्ट वाला यूटिलिटी डजंट किल. दोनों किल उससे ही आए.
I speak, he makes it happen apparently. Swing out, crazy guy getting a bit whippy. Allen finds that kill. Now the neural theft going to be used. Darian and Nep both going to be revealed. We know that they are just squatting on top of this spike. Pivot over to the flank. Allen, the quick turn, finds the kill.
अबे बेट था क्या? एक और वो देखो.
Spike is going to be nabbed. He doesn't have any nanos to try to get him out of this spot. So the plant can come through. Showstopper.
उसको जंप पे सोचा था उसने. लो था यार.
Oh my God.
लो था वो. उसने लिटरली सोचा था वो जंप करके मारेगा, उसका क्रॉसर देखा था. कहाँ का था उसने? हवा में मारेगा करके.
अबे वो देख ना, वो कैसे बाबलों की तरह सीधा सीधा चल गया. Cypher.
From Scary being in play, gets caught peeking around the corner. And that was devastating. That gives them the hope, the opportunity to win this round. Showstopper comes through off the plant and able to secure the round. And you see Crystal trying to rally the troops here, trying to keep them in this. 2 rounds, a couple more. If they can swing this to a 7-5, certainly they're right back in this map.
13-5-5, that orbital still held. Neff rushing forward. I mean, talking about pumping the brakes. Bleed saying no. They try to press it even faster. The punish comes through. Flash is now gone. The fault line as well. Most of what you would have to slow up a take on a site has been ripped right out of Bleed's hands.
I think hoping to try to set up Juicy for a pick there off the back of Neff's utility to get that showstopper in hand. Not going to happen this go around. Instead, they have to back off. Still have Scary's orbital strike in their back pocket. Tornado one away from his orbital strike as well.
So down on dish, suspecting that there's going to be some presence.
यार ready है क्या और पे मुझे लग रहा नहीं.
Push forward as the smoke drops down here.
Most ready है
As the molly just to try to lock somebody out of that cubby position. We'll be able to do so. Scary showing his hand just a little bit as far as his positioning is concerned. In the meantime, Darian still sat back on B, has that judge and is hoping that the pressure that his teammates are exuding is going to flush them into his opening arms.
Oh my.
As Juicy gets himself forward, spots one, gets the kill. Showstopper at the ready, but he's going to be burned down first. Now Orbital comes through, Scary sends it, looks for the kill.
तीनों भून गए.
चल रहा है ये.
Jumpkin gets the elimination and now
Util the.
It is all down to Darian.
भाई क्या पेंट शेल का ये लोग वो लिखवा के लाए रहते हैं क्या कि जितनी बार फेंकेंगे उतनी बार किल मिलेगी. मौत उस पे.
Now they know exactly where he is.
चलो कम से कम 4 राउंड तो आएगा.
सेव कर रहा है.
Looks like he's just going to have to save the jump.
हाँ सेव ही कर रहा है.
Yeah. Stars are going to get themselves now up to 4, 7-5. Very possible on the horizon given the cash and the lack thereof.
Oh, पीछे आके बैठ सकता है वो ट्रक पे. But उतना पीछे आएंगे नहीं कोई.
This was a pivotal round here for Scars.
Phantom save तो कर सकता है.
Wants that phantom, but there's a trap wire in the
way. बस
या बैठा रहेगा राउंड खत्म होने पे जाके ले लेगा.
Just wait for a very last second sprint, clear it and go before somebody is going to be able to play off the back of it. Or did they just drift into him?
भाई इस पे क्यों आए?
यहीं आएंगे ना बम फटने के बाद.
भाई बम कहाँ तक आता है पता है ना?
आदत होती है ना.
Like वो डोर तक भी नहीं आता भाई बम.
अरे आदत होती है लोगों की. स्विंग करने की पीछे मतलब.
Torneco's got the orbital though to go ahead and completely take it out of the equation.
इतना लोड इसका खुलने में इतना ज़माना लग गया भाई.
And how many from the grave paint shell kills have we seen?
At least 3.
Yep.
3 in this map.
Still crazy though, one away from his hunters.
I think there's more than 3.
ना from the grave like डाल के मर गए फिर किल मिला वो पूरा. वो 3.
It'll be deja vu from the last time they played this map, the exact same scoreline. Can Scars claw closer, get one on the board, get one more on the board. Little slow push over towards Arcade.
Look at the stack here onto this B site.
Yeah, just scary right now.
Oh!
Juicy on the jiggle does take.
Oh!
Scary thinking about at least for a
Hunter
moment.
Fury.
Now he's going to go right as the
Scary bhai.
Oh!
मुक गया और ब्रिज गया. दोनों भाई गए. दोनों मोटे भाई गए. दोनों दादू गए बे.
I mean, again, one away from that Hunter's Fury. The space found, the orb taken, and the setup so nice. Off of the contact from Juicy, able to line that up. Crazy guy. So far for me today, maybe the most impressive player for Bleed, despite so many impressive performances across the board. Crystal gonna find him though.
Okay, speak of the devil and.
Tired भाई केजे सुनते ही गायब हो गए वो लोग.
Now they're gonna be shifting their way back over here towards B.
वो लोग भी अल्ट डाल के भाग गए सीधा बी पे. भाई क्या रीड है यार.
Holding down the spray. 15 seconds remaining. They need to somehow get themselves into this site. There is nowhere else to go. Right up the rope. Ellen needs to win the
ठीक है भाई. भागता हुआ आया.
चलते चलते.
हाँ ना.
क्या मतलब कुछ भी हो रहा है.
I was like भाई टाइम नहीं मैं तो भागते भागते मारूंगा. मरा तो मरा.
क्या बकवास है.
मैंने बोला मरा तो मरा या तो मारा तो मारा.
So well ready to play off that contact.
भाई स्केरी और डेरियन को देख 16-13.
You can then use the lockdown when the time starts running low to know that you are going to force them to the other side of the map.
ये देख भागे जा रहा है बस वो वहाँ पे.
Ready for it, a little bit whiffy off the rip, but able to readjust and find that kill. Keep buying time. Allen with a nice drive-by, trying to do what he can. But at the end of the day, it is still Bleed on this defender side.
The wheels of fate, despite an ever-changing roster, Bleed has finally made it to the grand final for the very first time. Can they ascend? हो जाएगा बे.
Where they have gotten their reps in.
भाई मैं टेढ़ा रखता हूँ स्लैंड, बट ये तो कुछ ज्यादा ही है इसका भाई, सीधा 90 डिग्री पे खेल रहा है। तू कितने एंगल पे खेलता है कीबोर्ड? ऑलमोस्ट मैं इसके जैसा स्लैंड लाइक समझ लो 45 डिग्री मैं भी रहता है। मेरा 45 to 60 डिग्री होगा वो तो भाई पूरा
मेरा ना मेरा मॉनिटर भी स्लांट रहता है।
हाँ वो मेरा भी थोड़ा स्लैंट है, जैसे देख ना इन लोग का है, जैसे इन लोग का है ना टेढ़ा देख थोड़ा सा स्लैंट, ये अपना कीबोर्ड मेरा भी उतना उससे थोड़ा ज्यादा रहता कभी कभी चाहिए तो। भाई वो तो पूरा 90 डिग्री घुमा के एकदम परपेंडिकुलर खेल रहा है भाई।
खेलते हैं बहुत सारे। एक बंदे को देखा था मैंने खेलते हुए, मॉनिटर मुंह पे नीचे जमीन जहाँ कीबोर्ड है कीबोर्ड होता है
पता है वो कैन ना कैन ईडीजी का,
और नीचे हाथ डाल के खेलता है उसके।
This is a pretty interesting setup from the side of Scars. The Cypher heavy B hold looking.
Oh, he looks down on people. He likes looking down on people.
Hold the line at attacker spawn. Big push coming. Turret to back him up as they look.
ट्रिप टूटा क्या उसका? ट्रिप टूटा है guess? नहीं टूटा।
Suspecting some trapwire setups, none to be found. They are set up a bit deeper here. In towards B.
Side पे है क्या?
You see watching the smokes.
ये रहा।
Now coming through, all 5 members from the side of Scars in position.
अटकेगा?
नहीं अटकेगा, दिख गया उसको।
Trapwires noted here by Juicy. Aftershock goes through. Spike is going to.
वो लेफ्ट एडी में बाद में फाइट में ना अटके बस।
On the nap, starting things off with the paint shells. Prowler over towards arcade. Checks, sees nothing. Boombot.
बूमबॉट ने पोजीशन गिव अवे कर दी।
हाँ और उसने नहीं वो चेक किया था।
But still has to back away. Swarm thrown up over the top, a little bit of damage found, but Jemkin has 3. And the defuse will come in. Scary, not position, not nearly fast enough.
मौली कहाँ है?
नहीं डाली क्योंकि टाइम नहीं था, मतलब पहुंचने में टाइम लग जाता। वो गया था बट टीम यहाँ मर गई ना, तो इसलिए वो वापस भाग के आ गया, क्योंकि केजे की मौली पहले जानी थी। केजे की
कथा का है, मौली तो उधर ही से डलती है।
मतलब
ये था का, इसकी पोजीशन देखने दे मुझे। दिख नहीं रही मैप में।
वो उनका एक पर्सन एक प्लेयर का पीओवी था ना, वो अगर पीओवी था नहीं पीछे गया था वो शायद, पता नहीं।
जहाँ पे वो खड़ा था मौली डल जाती है वहाँ से।
पीछे का देख, गए राउंड के बाद देखते हैं।
समझ में नहीं आया मौली क्यों नहीं डाली उसने, और अगर इस साइड भी होता तब भी डल जाती, पता है मेरे को लाइनअप।
हाँ आई गेस वो उसके लिए वेट कर रहा था, क्योंकि इट वाज सपोज्ड टू बी केजे का लाइनअप ना, बट जब उसको कॉल आ गई कि वो
मेन था ना, वो तो मेन से लाइनअप है, आर्केड से लाइनअप है, आर्केड से 2-3 लाइनअप है आराम से।
आई नो, बट वो जब उसको मतलब तब उसने पहले इसलिए नहीं डाला क्योंकि केजे का नैनोसॉर्म जाना था, बट उसने बोल दिया कि ऑलरेडी एक स्टिक कर रहा है और वहाँ पे टीममेट वहाँ पे मर चुका है, कोई उसको उठा नहीं सकता। मौली फेंक के क्या कहेगा जब व्हेनेवर यू आर
पिक करता ना फौरन,
छोड़ेगा ही नहीं ना, फुल एचपी है।
बराबर बात है बार। इटीज what it is.
Backs away, tries to rush into the smoke, will get cut down. Allen finding the kill. Drone being sent forward, coming out of arcade side, looking to get the pin. It's across on the one. Neff has to back away, nearly dying to that aftershock. Molly's still here at the ready from the side of Scary.
He's holding it.
But yeah, they're just sticking to this one. They cannot clear him.
Smoke करके भाई मार ही दिया भाई, डिफ्यूज ही कर दिया पूरा।
Darian, okay, they will do him a mercy and actually finish him off. I thought for a moment he wasn't going to die either way. That is the 2-0 start.
चलो चलो कुछ तो हुआ, 8-6 हो गया।
After 6-0, 8-6 good.
Yes.
I don't mind the idea for Juicy after getting spotted by that trap wire. Just go for what you can, see if you can get a right click in there. Starting to feel themselves a little bit more. To be watched with that.
Don't slow खेल रहा है ना, ये देख के
ये सूरज से लेके दो
Jemkin gets a kill here on Boombot right into the face. He tries to set up the recon.
Oh, अबे वो रोप्स लेके आया था, वो टावर से पीछे भागा, आइकेड भागा, रोप्स लेके आ रहा था वो, क्योंकि लाइक उसको रैप अप करना होगा, मॉली फेंक के आ जाएगा उससे, बट तब तक टीम खत्म हो गई। नफा ए स्निफा, हाँ लगता तू बहुत ज्यादा वॉल्यूम में गेम देख रहा है।
किसका, मेरा?
हाँ गेम वॉल्यूम बहुत ज्यादा है। कैरी इतनी गोली खाने के बाद भी उल्टा नहीं घुमा।
अभी ठीक है?
नहीं मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो फर्स्ट राउंड जो तू बोल रहा है ना कहाँ से आया उसका पाथिंग,
हाँ
वो टावर से निकल के आइकेड जाके पीछे से रोप लेके फिर आया मेन।
क्यों करा उसने ये नाटक? टावर से लाइनअप है,
अरे उसको लगा आए बट वहां नहीं, आसपास नहीं खेलना होगा, उसको लगा टीम टाइम बाय कर लेगी, ये तब जस्ट प्लांट हो रहा था वो निकल गया था, तब तक टीम खत्म हो गई। लाइक प्लांट होते ही विद इन 10 सेकंड्स द टीम वाज डेड।
That is exactly what you wanted to see here for Scars.
From 0-14-2 to now 20-10. Jemkin, the bounce back at the center.
Age trigger.
Still more work to be done.
बाय राउंड कैसे आ गए भाई ये लोग? 8-7 हो गया, बोनस आ गया अपना, मतलब उन लोग का।
Can they find any value? Jemkin now does have that showstopper for Torneko holding the line. Catches crazy foremost, sends at the molly as well, just to try to cut off that arcade side access into the site.
Cage trigger. Just a little change of angle there. Gets crazy this time. He had won that duel the last round, and granted it was a marshal. Still able to find it.
वैसे अपन अल्ट विल्ट का कुछ नहीं बोल सकते, CS:GO में भी तो है ही पे, अच्छा अल्ट का बोल सकते हैं, पेंट शेल तो CS:GO में भी है। उसका आफ्टर शॉट से उसका मॉली भी टूट गया भाई, केजे की मॉली टूट जाएगी आफ्टर। ओह स्कैरी, हेलो ही किल्स वन, उस पे अल्ट भी आ जाएगी। आ गई अल्ट, आ गई, खत्म है राउंड, अल्ट खत्म।
Orbital strike now invested in Jemkin. Needs to try to win it out. It's the kill on the one.
चेहरे का हेड नहीं लगा।
Trying to find something and he does find Scary. A 3K for him. The push. He cannot light up the spray. Darian will keep them in this, keep them in the lead. 9-7. But still a brutal round.
It's still Scary again.
भाई वो अपना
Finding these angles where nobody's ready for him.
वो अपना बाय राउंड है उनके बोनस पे, और फिर ट्रिफ्ट निकाल दिया उनके फुल बाय पे। ठीक है भाई, पिछले बार जो इसके साथ हुआ टाइमिंग विद स्पेक्टर, इसने कर दिया इस बार।
Having some great shots here, but Darian clutch with that sheriff, still feeling good with that gun after being on a similar one with।
क्या देखना टाइम लेके मारा भाई वो, अभी तक अपन होते तो एटलीस्ट 2 गोली मार
पता कितने स्लॉट है एशिया के?
क्या
एशिया के स्लॉट्स पता कितने हैं?
किसमें? कौन से में, किसमें?
मैं चैंपियंस में।
चैंपियंस में 2 4 टोटल एशिया पैसिफिक के और 2 चाइना के। तो पूछा है कि ऐसा ट्रिविया ले जाता,
देखने दे मुझे।
It's 4 from each, ठीक है, विनर वाले से 5 है, तो मतलब EMEA से 5, बाकी दोनों से 4, तो इस 13 एंड 3 चाइना से फिर आई गेस मे बी।
वही
चाइना के कितने?
You are wrong brother, not 1 not 2 3।
चाइना 3।
As Bleed like they get themselves moved up to double digits to look around from behind though. Jemkin strikes, finds one, blast pack not going deep enough. Rolling Thunder cracks the cross, catching over onto Torneko. Paint shell into the corner, Scary however is
टाइम दे दिया स्कैरी को बल्कि निकलने का, मॉली भी डाल दिया उसके ऊपर, चैचल भी नहीं अब उस पे।
not allow him to advance forward. It buys some more time. He's taking a bit of damage, he's just eating through it.
वहाँ पे नॉर्मल 1v1 ले लेता जब उसका प्रॉब्लम आया था, बट नहीं वहाँ पे कभी यार ज्यादा ओवर सेफ्टी जाना, जिगल जिगल जिगल, फिर बूम आउट, फिर नेड, फिर निकल गया तब तक बंदा।
get into this retake. And eating right through that molly. Absolutely insane and scary, just playing that to perfection after losing Crazy Guy. Great reaction from him to backpedal, set himself up to make the angle so much more difficult for Jemkin. And Jemkin, look, having a whale of a map here, Achilleos, 25-12.
He is. In hindsight, is 2020. You look back on that moment and say if he was just a little bit more patient, perhaps he can get the quick tap, turn the corner, take Scary out before he's able to react. But you can't really hold him accountable for that round loss.
Ult नहीं उठाया वो.
Thinking about the double back here is
Jenkins ult उठाना चाहिए था.
that turret. Scary's going to be left to watch that. Here's that lockdown. So you either have to back out, try to find a way to clear this out of the sewer.
Need.
There's just no way.
Yeah, you can't do it.
No way.
वहाँ कहाँ need डाल पाएगा वो?
And maybe if Jemkin was there, he could try to really push through. And okay, they're actually going to eat.
बाबा जीजी है.
क्रिस्टल को रे कहाँ पे डिटेन हुआ है? बाबा ठीक है भाई. जेंकिन हक दिया. क्रिस्टल एक ले गया. वहाँ डिटेन हो गया ठीक है. और स्पाइक डाउन. स्पाइक डाउन है भाई. बहुत ऊपर है. थोड़ा लेट हो गया. यही थोड़ा पहले डालता. फिर भी जीत गए भाई. फिर भी जीत गए भाई. डेरियन को लगा कि वहां आएगा कोई. अलार्म डाला बट तब तक वो आ गया था यार.
चुम्मी दे गया तब तक वो.
And they will be moving up to that upper echelon. Crazy Guy, well aware of Crystal's position. Crystal doing an interesting thing here, eating that lockdown on purpose to try to hide himself with that Bucky. They used the smokes to cover. Another player locked down right in spawn as well.
Brim smokes last 12 seconds ना. मैं भूल गया उसका टाइमिंग. ओमेन का 8 और ब्रिम का कितना है?
Pushing a little bit of aggressively.
But bleed. हाँ.
ओमेन का 8 सेकंड रहता है एक स्मोक. ओमेन ब्रिम का कितना रहता है?
ब्रिम का रहता है ज़्यादा देर रहता है.
12 रहता है ना. 12.
हाँ.
Sitting behind. Bleeds. Massive score line. It's going to be an attempt here from Scars to use these ults to get some value. Now, smokes at the ready here. Stun out for the side, and it's going to be the showstopper to clear space to try to get this plant down. Ooh, Yoshi though, catching Nev.
Ram.
Yep. Very good kill. Nev going to be taken down. Juicy now looking to try to hold halls. Nightfall going to be coming through. Tells them at least where the fade is at. Now that they see Jemkin, they know that there's going to be two players pushing through main. Drop down off the rope. Scary. Maul's out too, but it's all on Crazy Guy. He drops down, finds one, but Crystal will be there to finish him off to get the defuse. Hand it over to Jemkin, it would seem.
Oh yeah. अब तो कैमरामैन ने ढंग का काम किया. हटा दिया.
Yeah, great quick reactions from the side of Scars in this round.
7-8-1-0.
Not giving up. Doing what he can as Crazy Guy, but that Nightfall able to isolate A main over there. The full sense players.
Difference देखा भाई तू?
हाँ?
Difference देखा जो हाथ में हाथ थे? Shoulder पे हाथ था. दोनों का difference देखा?
Now scary though.
Yes.
Strike at the ready. Maybe use it.
घुस के मारा है आपकी. आपकी घुस के मार दिया. चुम्मी दे दी जाके.
That's what they opt for now. Quick clear on the camera. Not allowing for Allen to get that set up and really garner information here for the team. Torneco, gonna be noted. Bit of a rough spray, but eventually is able to clear out the drone. This Juicy's just gonna go leaping forward, and somehow it's Allen taken down. Jemkin falling as well on top of Jen. The Boombot in, the nades in behind him. There's nothing more that Torneco can do except to die. She's spraying across, finds one. He gets the enemy breach, but the spike is planted. Given the economy, they might just have to go for the save here. Torneco could purchase, but Crystal in a rough spot. Yoshi trying to see if he can get something done. Swings in.
Stun किया है, but stun खत्म होने के बाद पीक लेगा तो यही होगा ना. उसने stun किया है, और stun वाले पे इतना लेट पीक लेगा कि stun ही खत्म हो जाएगा.
कैमरामैन सही काम कर रहा है.
And Achilles, they don't even need to use the orbital strike here. Just getting it done off some beautiful gunplay, some beautiful backup for Juicy to get onto the site to clear that space. And now you have a lockdown as well. Certainly.
Hey, इन लोग का भी Instagram नीचे दिखाना है जैसे players का दिखाते हो.
She must be.
I feel for you.
She's like, all right.
It's been a tough day. 4 scars, but still 4 rounds
हाँ Shifa?
to get this into OT by couple
Yes.
उनका भी Instagram नीचे दिखाओ भाई. जैसे क्या बोलते हैं endless का दिखाते हैं. He still get one. ठीक है भाई crazy guy है.
The 1v1, the Silva versus the Cypher, the spike abandoned Allen. Not playing anywhere near it.
खेल कहाँ रहा है वो?
Spike down वो spike लिया नहीं.
अबे वो साइफर कहाँ खेल रहा है?
ये वही तो यहीं पे तो था वो spike क्यों नहीं लिया?
He's gonna rotate into him, but he's playing
Spike
away
पे
from
क्यों
the
नहीं था वो?
That's gonna tell him everything he needs to know.
Here he goes.
He's gonna go for the rope himself now. 2 shock darts.
Yep.
And a recon in 8 seconds. Crazy guy situated in tower. Could be the one to clutch this up. The 1v2.
नहीं crazy guy नहीं.
He drops down the rope. Once he's seen.
Oh!
Oh my god. Timing.
Scars have been bled dry. Welcome to VCT Pacific Bleed. You have absolutely earned it. A 3-0, the clean sweep here in front of the hometown crowd. Scary helps get them over the line.
चूम लिया भाई, चूम लिया.
Beautiful performances today from everybody. Crazy guy having just a wonderful day on all.
अबे एक तो पता है मेरे फोन को क्या हुआ पता नहीं हल्का मैं कल नहीं परसों रात को सोया था ठीक है सिर्फ वॉच में वेब कैमरा से.
Me close the stream now.
या वेट एक मिनट ये देख.
मैंने कर दिया.
हाँ कर दे. ये देख. ये दिख रहा है स्क्रीन?
हाँ.
ये हल्का सा कोने में धब्बा आया था ठीक है सिर्फ छोटा सा इतना और अभी इसको 24 घंटे 25 घंटे होने वाले हैं नहीं 25 नहीं 30 घंटे होने वाले बढ़ता जा रहा है भाई एक जैसा स्प्रेड होता जा रहा है.
अबे वो डैमेज हो गई डिस्प्ले.
अरे पूरा टच हो अच्छे से टच हो रहा.
अरे वो लिक्विड होती है ना डिस्प्ले के अंदर वो टच होगा में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. वो पूरा डैमेज हो चुकी थी डिस्प्ले ना उसके अंदर एयर बबल आ गया पूरा.
ये देख इतना सा साइकिल था से समझ ले बढ़ता ही जा रहा है भाई.
बस अब जितना बढ़ना था बढ़ लिया वो.
नहीं कल भी बढ़ के इतना हो गया था यहाँ तक ठीक है हाफ स्क्रीन तक.
वो जितना तू उसको दबाएगा ना वो जितनी स्क्रीन दबेगी
यूज होगी मतलब
हाँ प्रेस होगी उस वहाँ पे जहाँ पे पता है क्या हुआ वो जो लेयर्स हैं वो सेपरेट हो गई है. कई सारी लेयर्स होती है ना इसमें टच स्क्रीन की लेयर उसके बाद स्क्रीन की लेयर उसके बाद एलईडी की लेयर तो वो दबते वो खुल गई हैं. अब वो जितना दबेगा वो उतना बढ़ता रहेगा. कुछ दिन बाद तेरा पूरा मोबाइल नीला हो जाएगा.
चेंज करवाना पड़ेगा. ये पापा का फोन है.
Yes.
पापा वाला फोन है.
Turned, it pivoted completely in Bleed's favor.
The shutdown on the run back on Haven. That ace clutch just
तेरे पास नहीं था फोन?
मेरा फोन खराब हो गया था ना मेरा डिस्प्ले ही हुआ था 3 बार चेंज करा के थक गया था मैं. चौथी बार नहीं कराना था मेरे को.
That they did this so cleanly, you have to expect that as they get ready to join Pacific next year, they're going to be able to take down some of those squads that have been established, that have.
हाँ कि थोड़ा टाइम में चलाऊंगा फिर ये छोड़ के जो मुझे OnePlus पैड लेना था. OnePlus पैड का तो क्या वो है.
Again, what really impressed me is the coordination, the protocols, the reactions they had, the plans to what Scars showed them were so well drilled, were so well rehearsed. At every twist and turn,
अपनी आग बुझा
के
अरे उससे बातें करनी तो नजर.
चलो गाइस मैं स्ट्रीमिंग करता हूँ थोड़ी देर बाद वापस स्ट्रीम चालू करूँगा विद खेलने के साथ में. ये नॉर्मली हर स्ट्रीम पे आ रही है